Denims tries downplaying the severity of Child Protective Services coming to his house, saying it's not going to be traumatic to Ethan's young children.
You're not really forming memories at 3.
This is a really compelling argument for pedophiles or Denims that you can't have any bad memories when you're young.
She'll ignore the amount of harassment Ethan has gotten, and instead, Pearl clutches over her Clips channel getting nasty comments.
You're just harassing some random person on the internet.
Well, it's a Denims fan, so maybe they deserve it.
She was claiming random in her chats were not only proof of harassment, but full-blown threats as well.
Every further post you make, it doesn't benefit him.
This is her grok legal analysis at the work, guys.
She crafts an argument that it's okay to steal content from news channels because they already make enough money.
We're talking about what is morally worse.
I think what's morally worse is mid women that are slightly conventionally attractive thinking that anybody cares about their political takes. So let's see, hour and 15, hour and 17, hour and 19. Oh, there you go. She gets on after about an hour and 20 minutes of just playing other people's content. Wow. All right, I got to turn that off before I channel Aaron Bushnell. Good stream. Thank you, Denims. All right, guys, let's get this party started. This is called Content Nuke Denims from Rob's Media. And I'm interested. Looks kind of cool. Let's get this party started. I didn't realize that Hassan's pants were so interesting that we could make a 2-hour-long video. But then again, we're about to watch it, dude. Just so you guys know, you can watch me and donate to me if you do not want to react or watch the original video. This video is specifically a malicious react to Rob's video. I'm just kidding. I like Rob. We're not doing that. I'm just totally joking. I'm totally joking. Rob's a cool guy. His content's solid. I don't think we've ever watched something that he's made that was bad. So we're just being silly. Okay, let's get it going.
If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? There's no point in engaging in good faith with people who aren't good faith actors.
Yeah, right. They have the wrong faith is what she's saying. If you understand what I mean, they believe in the wrong type of faith. I don't know if you guys are understanding what I'm putting down here, but they don't have the right faith. Okay, guys?
There is no point in engaging in that way. You should respond to people the way that they respond to you. If they are dishonest liars to you, then you can make fun of them.
The house is spotless.
Our house is so clean.
You know, I could tell you guys that his house is clean and spotless, but yeah, never got invited over. So for all I know, it is full of shit. Am I right, guys? I'm just kidding. I doubt it's full of too much poops. If anything, I feel like the people who don't like Ethan, if anything, they would be like, yeah, his house is spotless because he's really mean to the people he hires, and he forces them to get on their hands and knees and scrub with a toothbrush, you know?
We live in a crazy world right now. We're like,
it do be
you can
crazy,
just spend no
pop.
time at all researching something.
That's so true. It's such an amazing, so amazing, dude. It leaves so much room for people like me who just don't want to put any real work in, just want to do fucking low effort reactions, bro. I love it.
Denims keeps yapping. It's time to launch the nuke. Have it make an impact in 10, 9.
I'm a little confused with this.
7, 6.
Is
5,
she watching him? No.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. I came. When Rob was counting down, that was a cum timer. You guys ever come across those TikToks? Not literally, just you guys. You come across the TikToks and it's those girls and they just start counting down from 10. That's crazy. It's a little too early in the video for me to be doing this.
I've been wanting to do this video for half a year now, and it's time to once again give Denims a taste of her own medicine.
Damn.
She's continued to involve herself in controversy after controversy, always portraying herself as a victim when the going gets tough. And instead of the tough going, she's continued.
She's been kind of quiet lately. We haven't been able to get any real content out of them lately. It's really just Noah. You know what? Noah keeps going. Noah doesn't seem to know any better. He keeps going, even though he's also involved in a different lawsuit with Ethan. But so thankfully we get some Ethan Hassan content because hey, my wife is literally texting me about going to Disney. So what we need something. We need some stuff.
To dig her feet into the ground. Instead of covering each occurrence one at a time, I'm doing one massive video exposing her long string of lies throughout 2025. Shit. From her sketchy accusations against Destiny, to the false narrative.
All right, Rob, now here's what I got to tell these guys. They got to stop fucking around. Start making clips, dude. What are you doing? Why don't you have any clips? You made a 2-hour-long fucking video about Denims. Why are there no clips? Well, how come you're not like, yeah, you know what? I should get some clips up for Twitter and TikTok and like, what do you guys got to stop fucking around. You guys have to understand that the content strategy here You know, it's just different. You can't just put stuff out there anymore. You gotta fucking plug that bitch out there, especially the videos that you don't think are as good, right? Because I noticed, I was looking at Rob the other day after I saw him post his video, and like he has other stuff that doesn't do nearly as well as the slop, right? He has 100K on this content nuke from Denims from a day ago, and only 11K from 9 days ago for 16 banned TV commercials. And it's like, you guys got to understand that, like, the way that the landscape is now, it's all clips. And then especially for your stuff that you don't think is as good, clips are where it's at, because you have the potential to pull in a whole new audience. Sorry, my camera's being weird. You have the potential to pull in an entirely new audience, on that stuff. So like, you really gotta put a little effort into that kind of stuff. You know, not that I put a tremendous amount into myself, but that's what's going to get you potentially, like, you know, tons of views for stuff that isn't even necessarily at the same level. And this way you don't get content locked into doing shit that you don't want to do. Not that he doesn't want, like, I like doing Ethan Hasan shit, but like sometimes you don't. And so if you only really get views when you do stuff like that, it might kind of bum you out. So if you want to increase your range, man, put it a little bit of work. Yeah, see, people in my chat are like, that's where they saw me from, mostly Instagram. I think Instagram's like probably my best clip place, you know?
That led to a CPS call, the failed lawsuit against Ethan Klein, and our continued violations against basic copyright law.
Terrible.
It's time we set the record straight and nuke what's left of Denim's crappy reputation.
Destiny accusations. Oh, shit.
Before becoming an orbiter of Hassan Piker, Denims used to orbit around the liberal streamer Destiny. But seemingly, instead of trying to fuck Destiny, Denims was going after one of his most prominent chatters, Atlas Q.
Oh, I thought he was... Didn't she try to fuck Destiny at one point?
Following TwitchCon 2019, the two would enter Destiny's apartment without asking multiple times, resulting in drama that ended when Denims left the GGG community. She now holds a grudge against Destiny for discussing that situation on stream, and has debated him multiple times over the years.
Well, I mean, listen, he's never going to escape the accusations that he just talks to crazy women.
January 2025, it was publicly revealed that Destiny had been sharing revenge porn of his many sexual partners, which had leaked to the internet. One of these partners, Pixie, is currently suing Destiny, which he'll most likely win due to all the evidence against him. Denims would discuss the situation.
Some random said that that's not going to happen, and actually she's going to lose. I guess, I don't know. I guess they said that she was going to lose, but I was like, oh, okay. I don't know, man. I feel like whether she wins or loses, it's pretty much it for me. I'm clicking out. You know what I mean? So
situation live on January 24th.
I think there's just like too many crazy shit going on, you know. I need a perfect moral person.
Deciding to bring up her own allegations against Destiny.
Like, he has so many victims, and he has done this same shtick over and over and over again, where he reaches out, or other women reach out to him who are 18 or 19 or 20.
Ooh.
And
those adults do be adulting. And
he does the same song and dance where he tries to use and abuse them and then discard them when it's no longer relevant or useful for him. And unfortunately, I made the mistake of not having had sex with him. And after that point, he decided to just do a full smear campaign on me.
I doubt that that's what happened. I'm sure that he talks to all the girls that'll talk with him, and they just happen to be fucked. I think what it is that like all the crazy girls talk to him, and he sucks with them, and then he gets bored of them and moves on. That's for the most part. And then obviously he does seem to push boundaries with nudes that he leaks. He rizzes up some of these girls with images. Interesting strategy.
And threatened to leak non-sexual. In this case, I feel like it's important to recognize that, because these people have had to deal with him leaking sexual video footage or audio footage, but then he threatened to leak non-consensual, illegal recordings of me. We had a conversation, and he recorded it in California, which is a two-party consent state.
Oh, wasn't this about something, like she lied about something? So he's like, oh, I'll just release the DMs or something?
Which you cannot record people without their consent, and then threatened to leak that. And I thought that the audio recording was of a different nature, and I was super scared. I was terrified, and that was me thinking it was something else.
So here, she is alleging that Destiny recorded an entire conversation secretly without her consent, which is indeed illegal in California. She was afraid of Destiny mentioning these recordings, because she thought they were of a sexual nature. Now, what's really odd about this is that Denims doesn't give any additional context. She keeps things vague. The reason why, as you might suspect, is because Denims
is because she's so honest that she just like doesn't need to be fully accurate because people are just like, yeah, you're right.
Isn't being entirely honest. First of all, she never gives a time frame of when this all happens, which she does to make herself seem younger than she actually was. She claimed she was 20 or younger when the situation happened to make herself seem vulnerable.
At the time, I think I was 20, and or maybe I was even 19, I don't remember, and he was 30.
This situation would have...
What? Isn't he like 35 now? Isn't she 30 right now? Isn't she like 5 years younger? Oh, she's 28 right now. Isn't Destiny like 35? He's 36, so 8 years? Okay.
Occurred in late 2019, because that's when she stopped associating with Destiny. And she wasn't 19 or anything, she would have been turning 23. Her birthday is publicly available online. Whoa. Yes, Destiny is a bit older, but they're both over the legal drinking age. The reason why Denims doesn't discuss the contents of these recordings is because she'd have to bring up the old TwitchCon drama, a situation where she was obviously in the wrong. Destiny was mad at her, not for just simply going into his apartment without asking.
I think she started having sex time with a dude.
But for having sex with Atlas Q in his own bed.
We walk into the elevator, take the elevator up, I open my door, and I come into my empty apartment, okay? Me, Caterino, and Melina, sigh of relief, drop our bags, and then Denims pops her head up over the loft and says, oh, hey, what's up? And we're like, oh, what's up? And then the guy pops his head out over the loft and is like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh. And so, at this point, there's a lot of very strange things going through my head right now, okay? Namely, the idea that, like, I'm incredibly uncomfortable, that, like, and I don't know if this person would do anything, but the idea that a fan of mine was in my house for a whole day.
Is he a fan or a friend?
Now that figure is contested. Okay, other people
like,
say
it doesn't really matter either way. I'm just curious.
He wasn't there for a whole day. He just came and left or whatever. Like,
ooh, definitely came.
Around my unlocked computer. Like, actually is the worst infosec, like, mishap I think I've ever had in my entire life.
Now, how is Denims able to go inside his apartment? Well, at TwitchCon, Destiny told her that she could stay as a last resort, in case she wasn't comfortable staying in Atlas Q's apartment. Denims instead went there because, I guess fucking him at Destiny's house is kinkier or some shit. The non-sexual
she do be horny
recording of Denims was actually
everybody that's involved with Destiny's a fucking gooner. You guys ever notice that? Not me, of course. I have.
Conversation the two of them had about her pretty much just squirting her cum all over Destiny's bedroom.
Ew, femcum?
Typical behavior for her, I'm sure.
Alright, that was crazy.
Sure. Destiny would share this recording of Willie Mac's show during their interview, and I'll play the entire thing for you.
Is Hassan not allowed to be in the apartment?
Fuck no.
Really?
Fuck no.
Why was I not told that he was not allowed to be in the apartment?
Because I wouldn't assume you would bring a stranger into my apartment without asking me. When volunteers to drive you back, I don't know how you feel 100% because you don't talk about any of this stuff, which is fine. So like, if you're like in an awkward situation, right? I'm trying to be a good guy and give you way out like, hey, well, my apartment
Well, it is a little, I mean, it is just kind of weird. Somebody offers to let you stay in their apartment for during like whatever event and you're bringing other people back to it is just strange. Especially if you're going to put sex penises together.
Open if you want to go in. So that gives you the ability to either say like, oh no, it's okay, I'll go with or okay, thanks for offering, I'll go to your apartment. That wasn't like bring into my apartment for him to have free reign in here for a day.
Okay.
Oh yeah, especially if he has his computer in there. That's a good point too. I mean, he has his work on there. So especially if he has his work on there, and that could be potentially compromising. So if they're like friendly in some capacity, he might trust her, to be around his shit. But that doesn't mean that he trusts this other guy to do that, you know?
Holy shit. That is so f***ing weird. And not only that, but you couldn't even lie about it correctly. You told 3 different lies to different people. You told Melina, I would never and I got into
I never said that.
You did. I looked at the text. You did.
OMFG.
Oh, he's looking at text messages, dude.
Okay, OMFG no. So I come home.
Did you say OMFG no? All right, dude, come on. What the fuck's that?
And you're both still here. Why? Why would you put me in this weird spot where I have to come home and see an incredibly creepy fucking guy that is such a weird position in my community that's been trying to get me to stop talking to my ex-girlfriend because he's trying so hard to f*** her.
Wait, who the fuck is here? What? Wait, dude, who specifically is in this room? That's like such a fucking... What the fuck?
Somebody else in my bed, dragging his hairy balls across my blankets, okay?
I'm not understanding. Who is this guy? Why is this guy so, what the fuck? Who exactly are we talking about? Where, like, this is a person that doesn't like Destiny?
Oh my god. And so we leave for an hour. He's like, holy shit. So we leave for an hour and come back and you're both still there. Oh god.
I didn't know that he was, what someone would consider an op.
I don't know. He's like, I need to get like a few more logs or pictures off of Destiny's computer. Holy I don't think I've ever had somebody fuck me that hard where I've tried to like offer somebody to somebody in my entire life. I don't think I've ever been like so burned on something before.
This is so funny because Destiny's obviously very upset about this, but he's like laughing and giggling because he's like uncomfortable, and she's just like laughing too and doesn't understand how much of a she's being actually. But that's like really fucked up actually, you know? I mean, you're friends with this guy and you bring one of his ops around. You bring one of his fucking ops around? What the fuck is that, dude? That's insane.
Holy shit.
Destiny claims he recorded this because he knew she lied about why he kicked her out. And she would indeed do that, spreading a narrative that she got booted because she wouldn't fuck Destiny. Now, should Destiny have still recorded this? Well, no, it is illegal. Can I understand?
I don't care. Like, who gives a fuck if it's illegal or not? Also, she totally would have fucked Destiny. What the hell are you talking about, you know?
Why he did it? Maybe a little bit, though it's completely reasonable for someone to use this in order to craft a narrative that Destiny likes to record things without consent. The problem is that Denims is a grade A liar, and she's doing this to rewrite history and avoid accountability for her mistakes. There are some more legitimate claims against Destiny, and Denims, throwing herself in with these real victims is nothing short of vile. Just really evil behavior. All this does is give Destiny a W, something he'll use to at least partially restore his image and possibly weaponize it against those he's actually hurt.
I don't know if that's true. I feel like it's just, like, it's situationally by itself, it's like whatever, you know?
This isn't Denims being an imperfect victim. This is her taking advantage of a very serious situation in order to get an own on someone she's held a grudge over for half a decade. In my previous video discussing Denims,
it's Ethan Klein.
I went over the
I didn't think he would show up in a video about Denims. What the hell?
Drama between Ethan Klein and his former podcast.
Hey guys, save Ela, am I right? I saw the clip that Hassan Parker made about how, what was it, Ela's a valid military target or something insane like that. I mean, I'm not surprised Hassan would say that. It's just, you know, here's my thing. With, like, every single time Hassan does something, like he does some crazy shit, he claims people like Ela's a valid military target or whatever, which is obviously trying to dog whistle to your audience that, like, you know, Ela shouldn't consider herself safe, which is fucking horrible. But I don't know. I feel like every time he does that, it's just like an admittance that he's falling off. Because, like, the only reason he does shit like that is because he needs attention from his, like, debate pervert audience. Because that's what it is. Like, this debate pervert audience loves stuff like that. They love, like, that. You know, regular political people don't enjoy that. And to me, it's almost like an admittance that he's feeling, he's not feeling too good. He feels like he needs to say some shit, like provocative shit for attention. Because, like, why else are you saying, like, rage baity shit on the internet like that? Unless you feel uncomfortable with your current standing. It doesn't make any sense to me.
As host Hassan Piker, Denims has been a major player in that beef, as she spent nearly the past 2 years taking potshots at Ethan. After my November video, Ethan would release Content Nuke Hassan Piker, a video that would stir a lot of controversy. Hassan himself didn't bother watching it live at first.
Yeah, then he filibustered half of it, because he knew it made him look so fucking bad that he couldn't watch the full thing.
Instead, leaving it up to his many orbiters to pick apart the video. Now, who are these orbiters? Well, one is obviously Denims herself.
Obviously not me, because I'm so big that people would orbit me.
Who touts herself as the largest female political streamer. Pretty impressive, if Caroline Kwan didn't have more followers. Then we have Frogan, who works as a Muslim woman, yet has admitted herself that she's not religious. Her whole shtick is to say outrageous things.
Is she really?
Frogan, who LARPs as a Muslim woman, yet has admitted herself that
I can't take these Muslim dating apps seriously because everybody wants to get married in 2 days, which I do not want, and they're religious, which I am not, so I don't know why I do this to myself. Oh my god, dude, I was right. Dude, I'm not trying to be fucking rude here, okay?
Caroline Kwan didn't have more followers. Then we have Frogan, who LARPs
I'm not trying to be rude here
as a Muslim
about Frogan, okay? Because I don't think that she's unattractive. I don't want people to think that I think she's ugly. I don't. She's a very attractive, you know, young lady, all that stuff. But I've been saying for the longest time, and like it was half a joke, and I've been like half serious, that I think that she wears the hat for the same reasons that I used to wear like a sweater from Old Navy when I was in elementary school or whatever, because I was or during the summer. Mind you, and they didn't have ACs. I'm fucking 35. I'm old as fuck. I'd wear that shit because I was self-conscious about being fat. So I would wear like bundled up layers because I didn't want people to see me. And I always make a joke. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh, she's a, you know, ha ha ha, like she's doing it because she's self-conscious. I was fucking right, dude. I was right. I was right. She wears the hat because she's self-conscious about her body image, dude. And let me tell you something. There's nothing less sexy than somebody without confidence. You know what I mean? I prefer the girls who just kind of, they just show it all. They show like they don't care. They just wear regular shit. You know what I mean? They got the belly, the tummy bulge out. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You just got to be confident, okay?
Woman, yet has admitted herself that she's not religious. Her whole shtick is to say outrageous things for attention, like that U.S. soldiers deserve PTSD, and then she'll cry on stream after rightfully getting backlash.
And I feel like such a bitch.
Hey, that's not as bad as what Caleb Hammer said. Caleb Hammer said that U.S. soldiers are all frauding the government for disability. So I'm just gonna use this. He doesn't say that.
Crying, but it's just like there are some days I just sit and I'm just like, I'm just like, what did I do to deserve this? You know what I mean?
Mike from PA is a real-life 40-year-old virgin who tries to act like a tough guy.
He's pretty tough, dude. He do be tough.
In reality, he's a schlubby, greasy stoner who probably hasn't seen his dick in years.
So the guy pays for my cab.
I think I'm getting your attention.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, dude, look at this right here. Look at this image right here. Look at this right here, dude. It looks like if I drew him, I'd be arrested in Germany. You know what I'm saying, dude? This is fucking crazy, dog. Look at that. That's fucking wild, brother.
I feel like I touched like a vampire touching holy water.
Can I help you?
Well, I think they want to go in.
Okay.
Another schlubby, greasy stoner is Casey Tron. She used to pretend to be a ditzy gamer girl, but now is a ditzy gamer girl. Her whole grift is to get herself involved in political drama.
And she stopped showing her boobs. And I'm not trying to say that like I want to see them or anything. All I'm just saying is that was like her whole strategy. Remember we watched that Casey Tron video and all that she did was show her boobs all the time? Now she doesn't. Why? It's basically she's just like Frogan with the hat. She's just self-conscious. It all comes together.
And responds to the haters by labeling them incels. Who the fuck is this guy? Oh right, this is Shonda Black. He's Hassan's
Shonda Civic.
token black friend, whose only claim to fame is threatening to kill Destiny.
We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and
Dang, dude.
it would be so easy.
Ban Empanada.
Ban Empanada.
Is the group's attack dog. He does all the things Hassan and his orbiters won't do.
Yeah, this is the guy that said that you should vote Trump to escalate the downfall of Western civilization or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's what Hassan wants to do. So, you know.
Like doxing and leading targeted harassment campaigns against those he politically disagrees with.
Terrible,
Yet,
dude,
at the same time, he'll cry like a bitch when he's referred to by his legal name, filing privacy complaints despite it being public for years.
What's his name, George or something? He looks like a George.
Final orbiter I'll mention is my good pal, Noah Sampson. I'd go as far as to say he's a friend of the channel, seeing that the multiple videos he did responding to my BreadTuber video did nothing but promote me. He is the mascot of the safe sleaziness trend, and makes stereotypical leftist video essays. This group's main tactic against Ethan.
I think all he does is talk about Ethan and then say, hey, I'm just fighting for Gaza. It's like, I don't know if that's true, bud. I don't think that that's true, doggy boy. I don't think you guys really care too much about Gaza, personally. I feel like I don't need to say it every time we talk about this. If these guys actually cared about kids dying in Gaza, they would have voted for, and they would have actively advocated for Kamala. Even today, Hassan saying Kamala would have been the same in Gaza than Trump. So, you know, pretty sure they're kind of cool with whatever's going on over there. Or they would have voted differently, but...
Ethan is fling out as much shit at the wall as possible. Doing this has led to much of their points being, well, bullshit. My favorite example was when Mike claimed Ethan showed a photoshopped image of him in his video, when it was really a screenshot taken from a Casey Tron livestream. Denims would get the brunt of the criticism though, seeing that she garnered the most amount of viewers she'd ever had. 45,000. Very impressive. Though if you know anything about Denims, you'll know that she's terrible at reacting to videos. Like I've seen blow up dolls.
Not like Papa God, dude.
With more expression than she does.
How many blow-up dolls have you seen?
So who starts the first...
I know this guy. This guy complained about me one time a while ago. Somebody sent it to me. It wasn't really worth talking about at the time. About a video I made reacting to him. He was a little upset about it, I guess.
Hour of their streams playing other people's videos and no commentary. Full-blown freebooting. Denims would barely react at times, with Ethan calling her out for a constant state of shock.
Can I give you a hug, bro? I'm so sweaty, bro. I love you, bro. I'm so sorry. I love you, bro.
I'm so sorry, bro.
Speechless? You're my hero, bro.
Nothing to say, girl.
You're the coolest guy.
Here's the, you just went a whole fucking, you just grandstand on how he's obviously just must not be a fan of Hassan. And like, how could she sit there so stupid and smug?
Denims wouldn't take these criticisms lying down, deciding to make a YouTube video in response. Yes, she actually put something together. What I found strange is that she made an entirely new channel just to upload this, despite having another channel of almost 20,000 subs.
Really? Why? These people are so fucking stupid and lazy too, because they don't like they do all this React content, but they don't put any of it out there. I don't, you know, I feel like they're all probably like the Denims and them probably are like really big cowards because they talk a big game about Ethan, but then they don't try to put any content up on their YouTube page to like try to make themselves more successful. And like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just do that unless you were like such a coward that you didn't want people to see what you were showing, because it does not make any sense to me.
If you don't know the lore, she used to make a lot of edited content, but took much of it down after she got her ass handed to her by JXE in 2020.
Whoa, was she the female, like one of those like pick me red pill girls?
Too. She would then private the rest of her content on.
Damn. JXE do be taking fucking heads, dude.
On here and made a whole new channel. I have no clue why'd she do that. Unless
I mean, like, whatever. It's fine that you do that, but like maybe put some fucking work into your shit.
she has something to hide. Now, Denim starts the video by referencing her lack of a reaction sometimes. Her cope is that she's speechless due to how bad the content Nuke is.
This is such a bad video. Fuck you, Rob. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm silent, trying to control myself because I honestly cannot believe that the Ethan Klein isn't afraid to make such a dishonest video. In each clip, I am holding out in the hopes that he brings it back or explains himself.
He throws it back?
And each time he never did.
Bro, like, not for nothing, okay? Here's one of the things that you learn as a reactor. I know that you guys would never expect me to engage in this strategy because I'm such a natural at reacting. One of the toughest jobs in the world, obviously. Harder than yours, probably. One of the things you got to do when you're a reactor is sometimes you just gotta talk even if you don't have anything to say, and it's gotta sound like you have something to say. Pro strategy number 1, right? Because you do be got to ing. That was a sentence. Adding stuff to the stuff. Just fuck, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This isn't even like this isn't even the filler commentary I'm doing right now. I literally just can't speak because I'm fucking stupid. But sometimes you have to kind of force yourself to talk every once in a while and make a point, even if it maybe is redundant. Like that's kind of part of the business. You can't just let the fucking video play and say nothing.
He literally just leaves in flat out lies.
We'll dive into those in a second.
He
this is just a lame excuse in my opinion. I've watched a ton of her content, and she's always been like this.
Why? Why are you watching that much covered content, Rob? You fucking gooner. What the hell are you doing?
Always staring at the screen, trying to think of a witty comeback. She's just retarded. Now
I'm unemployed. Nothing is harder than that. That's true. Hey, what's up, Alex? Oh shit, I fucking forgot to do that thing for you.
Now there's 4 main things she tries to debunk Ethan on.
Sorry, I was a little tired yesterday. My wife had the fucking bright ass idea. My wife had the bright fucking idea yesterday that she wanted to run around and grab a bunch of stuff for the party that we got. And when I say stuff, I mean driving up and down for 4 hours, picking up different stuff from Facebook Marketplace. So,
and I want to go over each of them. They're just going to get dumber and dumber, trust me. First is that Ethan lied about an Israeli woman being raped on October 7th.
Whoa.
In new footage, Agam reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
Hassan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard or saw it. What's the problem, fucking bitch? Did you not hear what they said? You respect women? Why are you calling them liars? How fucking cool is that? Say something. You just said you believe victims, but here it's a victim right now, a woman, telling you this happened, and you're smiling? How do you disprove firsthand testimony? She goes, I wouldn't believe it unless it was firsthand. Here's a 17-year-old whose family was murdered in front of her, and she was kidnapped for 50 days and continually raped while being in captivity. Nothing to say?
Well, they actually shifted the argument from there were no rapes to there were no systematic rapes. That's where they went to, even though there is evidence of systematic rape. On October 7th, meaning that like Hamas, so like they went from there were no rapes because obviously Hamas is amazing and perfect to like, oh, there were no Hamas didn't tell people to rape people. This was just the people that were part of Hamas raped people. That was what the new argument was, because it's always like a whitewash and they always need to like just walk back to a new like position. Jesus Christ.
Nothing. You're not going to fucking acknowledge what just happened?
This woman who you claimed was continually raped in captivity did not claim to have been raped. In fact, when she was released from captivity, she had this to say.
ואז אחד מהם, צעיר, עשה איתי הורדת ידיים, אבל הוא הביא מגבת, כדי לא... כי אסור לו לגעת בי. אישה היא מאוד... אישה היא קדושה שם. אישה היא מלכה. והוא עושים לי שיחות איך לשמור על אגם. הסברנו להם שגם אצלנו לפעמים כן יש חברוי... שלאדם יכול להיות חבר, או יכולים להיות לה כמה חברים לפני שהיא תתחתן. אני אפילו מעודדת את זה, שהיא תתנסה, שהיא תכיר, לפני שהיא אצלה מוסד הנישואים. אבל היינו מתאמתים על זה.
Later, she did a different interview for a documentary, which is what Ethan put on the screen.
I wonder if this is out of context, guys.
In that interview, she says that at least half the hostages she spoke to said they were sexually assaulted. At no point did she claim that anything had happened to her. And to my knowledge so far, no hostages have given firsthand accounts.
Hey guys, you got them. It's just other people that were raped, not her. Got him!
Of being sexually assaulted in captivity.
Yet seconds later in the documentary, a woman gives first-hand testimony of that very thing. I won't play the full clip here due to how graphic it is, but Ethan showcased it in his next podcast episode.
I show a video where the narrator.
What's so crazy to me is that like one of the great things about doing React content is that there's a different energy to it than like a video like Rob puts out, right? So Rob in this video puts out like very intentional, thoughtful, well put together, meaningful commentary. He goes and finds stuff and he cites his sources and he says this and that and there. You know what I mean? So there's a right. And so what happens there is that there's a higher expectation than some fat fucking idiot reactor, because that's what happens. Like Denims in this case would be the fat fuck. You know what I mean? So the fact that she like will go out of her way, the only time that she makes content is when it's somewhat meaningful, makes her look really bad. Why are you making meaningful content at all? Like, why aren't you just kind of like, you know, what are you doing?
Narrators like, people in this video say firsthand accounts of that they were sexually assaulted. And then she's so led by hate. I don't know if she willingly lied or if she actually just watched only like 5 seconds of that interview. Either way, the carelessness with which she calls rape victims liars is certainly something that is heinous, it's disgusting. And why do they even do it? Like, what do they even gain from doing it?
Because they're on the side of Hamas and they cannot, that's what I was saying, they have this perfect narrative and they cannot deviate from it. They cannot agree that some Israelis are victims.
Denims does mention that Hamas might have done mass rapes, but quickly engages in whataboutism.
I've said countless times that in any military, paramilitary, or terrorist attack, there will unfortunately be sexual abuse.
I'm pretty sure that this is the downplay. This was like the, hey, originally it was like, oh, no, none of this happened. And then it goes to, well, maybe there was some, but it wasn't systematic. And it's always like a downplay narrative.
American troops have been found guilty of this countless times over the past few decades.
So true, Queen. So
I
true.
have to believe that there was sexual abuse on October 7th.
Yeah, but that's not what she said originally. Well, that's what I said. Like when I first heard it, I was like, you know, it's really fucked up. And unfortunately, this is part of war and it's really terrible. Yeah, but like that's not what she was doing. She didn't start there and like, you know, her intro was like, no, it didn't actually happen. And she does her best to downplay it rather than to be honest about it. That's what like their play is. This is just a walk down. This is just a rewriting of history to try to get to a position where they still feel strong enough on. No, it never happened. Well, okay, it did happen, but it wasn't systematic. Well, okay, maybe it was systematic, but you know what I mean? It's always going to be a but.
The second claim is Ethan's assertion that Hasan Piker supports Hassan Nasrallah, the former leader of Hezbollah. Ethan shows evidence of Nasrallah being anti-Semitic and using that hate to justify terrorist attacks.
I'm pretty sure like he legitimately, like Nasrallah, there was like a speech where he unironically just says like he's not just speaking about Israel. He just doesn't like Jewish people. It's fucking crazy.
And then plays a clip of Hasan Piker agreeing that he's based.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah based. I mean, listen.
Based?
Listen.
Based on what?
You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes.
He literally just called him based. Can I sell you a bridge? What? You're not an idiot. Come on, you're not that stupid. You have to understand. You have to have heard him reading a chat message. Are you just being disingenuous or are you dumb? I don't understand.
Now, despite her claiming that Ethan clipped this, Denims herself only played a small portion of that moment, and she adds on that Hasan doesn't actually agree with Nasrallah. A chatter does.
Hasan is reading a chat message. Yes, seriously. He goes on to explain that the reason the chatter might find himself agreeing with him is that Nasrallah is well educated.
You have to remember something, okay? A lot of these dudes, you see them in their fucking fits, and you hear about like some of their attitudes about like gay people, for example, and you immediately fucking resort to Orientalist perspectives, not realizing it.
Yeah, not realizing that, guys, sometimes it's okay to hate gay people. Guys, are you stupid? It's okay to hate gay people sometimes. Hasan Parker? Hey guys, sometimes it's okay to hate gay people. It's okay. You guys don't have to be so fucking sensitive. Does he think that your lifestyle is something that should be banned and cause you to go to jail or be executed? Yeah, sure, but that's just like an Orientalist thing, you know, like words. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, dude. What the fuck? It's incredible.
These motherfuckers are better read than you by a million. You might not agree with his methods, but ultimately, this motherfucker has read a shit ton of books.
But
hey, me when I'm reading, hey, what kind of books though? Is he reading Akatar? He's reading Softcore Porn? Because that shit's fucking crazy. That shit's fucking crazy, dude.
Watch the content, Nuke. Ethan shows more than just that as evidence that Hasan supports Nasrallah and his organization.
Hezbollah is a paramilitary organization.
Do we like them or no?
They are a terrorist organization. Like they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well, like
no, wait. You can't say that. Hold on, you're not allowed to say that. Don't say that, please.
I like what you like.
I don't have an issue with them. Let's just say
Hasan doesn't have an issue with
Let's just say I'm a little bit of a bad boy, and I have no issue with them.
Hezbollah.
let's just say I'm a little bit of a bad boy.
Which is essentially just saying you support them, while using plausible deniability tactics. What she's doing here is dishonest. She's not presenting Ethan's
What she's doing here is Hassanist? What the
arguments in this video, which I would consider lying by omission. The third claim is that Ethan lied about the streamer Dating and Money being a Hassan fan.
I'm even getting harassed on the streets.
How come you don't like Palestine?
I like Palestine.
No, you don't.
Why do you say that?
I love Palestine, guys. Free it. Free it so hard.
Wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Mandatory service.
That's sad. That's terrorism, bro.
She was born there.
That's sad. I feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as fuck, bro. You're ugly as shit. You look like a rapist, bro. You look like a fucking rapist, Ethan.
Damn. That guy's got a fedora on. Come on, brother. We all know people with fedoras either are rapists or pedophiles, okay? That's just kidding.
Okay, can I just say really quickly? It's very
Can I just say really quickly?
obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
So true, Queen.
Like, I'm sorry, that language is not Hassan fan verbiage. Like, that's very...
Yeah, like Hassan just never says crazy shit, ever. He never, like, waves fake guns around or says people are valid military targets. What the fuck?
Clear Sneeko lexicon.
She is then immediately proven wrong only moments later.
Well, how much different do you think that Denim's life had to have been for her to try to fuck Sneeko? Because she seems like she's not really into like more masculine guys. Because I don't think that she really would want to fuck Hassan. You know, also she's like the attractive friend in the group that's like super mid, but like when she's with her other friends that aren't super attractive, like people are like, wow, she's hot. And so maybe part of her thought she could fuck Hassan, and then she's like, oh wait a minute, I'm painfully mid. You know what I'm saying, dude? And I know people are probably like, well, probably what you're doing is kind of sexist. You're you're talking about women and their bodies and their looks and all that. And all I have to say to that is, yeah, I'm sexist. I don't care. So, no, just kidding. But I feel like she would have fucked Sneeko, and Sneeko probably would have fucked her too. I just wonder how much different her life would have had to like become. Like, what would have had to have been the difference so she would actually do that? Great targeting system in this game.
Oh my god, bro! I love you, Hassan. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweet, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so
like probably if she just stayed in Destiny's orbit, right?
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy in the world, bro.
It's the coolest guy in the world.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay.
The funny thing about me, I don't.
Yes, good clip chimp. Very
good clip
good.
chimp.
He yelled
He
at him
got
later.
him.
Yeah, they met once, which means he endorses everything he's ever done, ever.
So true, Queen. That's what I've been saying.
Okay.
I've been saying that.
In her edited video, Denims doubles down on the assertion that he's just a Sneeko fan, looking to leech off of Hassan's clout, showing a clip from someone else's stream.
The first time this guy shows up during this stream, it happens 15 minutes earlier when he meets Hassan's crew. Notice he doesn't react when they say they're going to find Hassan.
What are you guys doing? What kind of content?
We're just streaming.
It's live stream.
Oh, live streaming? Yeah. Do it.
We're live streaming right now.
I'm a content creator too, bro.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm a content creator too, guys. I'm also a content creator.
So
It's funny because sometimes my wife tells people that she knows that like I do I do content, and they don't really react usually, which is fine with me. I'm not really like looking for people to know who I am and what I do in like my personal life. But I think that they think that I'm one of those kind of like weirdos that just sits on like TikTok lives and begs for money. So it's just kind of funny to me.
It's literally live right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
How many viewers?
A couple.
A few.
Yeah. Like, what, 30?
Probably more than 30.
Really?
I would say more than 30. Yeah.
Dude, guys, my YouTube channel is @datingandmoney. Please subscribe. @datingandmoney.
@datingandmoney.
Talk about Palestine
Dating and
on there.
money.
Yeah.
Dating and money.
I talk about Palestine on there.
Okay. Hell.
Me too, guys. I talk about Palestine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to find his son.
Okay.
Where is this guy?
Where'd he go? Yeah.
But yeah, just type in and then dating and money, guys.
To further prove it,
they made him give him a couple $100 after that, obviously, which makes sense because it's kind of fucked up. He just joined the stream, it's self-plugged.
Dating and Money was not a Hassan fan. She shows then recent tweets of his. Yet she ignores a tweet.
Well, it seems like this is the kind of guy that like responds really well to just anti-Semitism. So like he's like, oh, I love that you hate Jewish people. That seems to be like the only thing that he likes. Unfortunately, guys, because there's so much to offer from Hassan. Like also hating Ukraine or hating people who try to live because his mom's a landlord, and that, you know, hating poor people. Yeah, you know, just kind of the normal shit.
Tweet from the day prior, where he flat out says he was a Hassan fan.
I swear you guys are worried about the dumbest shit. I was a Hassan fan until I found out the seriousness of him promoting transgender propaganda.
Are we gonna dance, love?
He was a fan of Hassan until he I guess.
What are you doing tonight, beautiful?
Spoke too kindly about trans people.
And if that's
Damn, if only he actually listened. Hassan is not a huge fan of trans people, it seems. Well, he's fine with anybody as long as they just like agree with everything he has to say. Then he loves you a lot.
not proof enough, this FouseyTube knockoff later admitted on stream that he was a fan.
So I was not.
Oh, is this the conversation with Lonerbox?
I was a Hasanabi fan when I met Hasanabi. Okay, I was a Hasanabi fan and I knew who he was. So Hasanabi saying I didn't know who he was. He's kind of dumb. I knew exactly who he was. Okay, that's kind of stupid. You're an idiot, Hasanabi. You're a complete idiot. I knew who you were, okay? And yeah, I was at the protest. You were talking shit because I'm at the protest. You said I'm trying to clout chase, bro. What the hell? I'm Palestinian, bro. I've been going to protests since I was a little kid, bro, okay?
Not gonna lie, I had a laugh watching this guy chew Hassan. He basically said Hassan is a psyop controlled by Zionists to spread degeneracy.
What the fuck?
Really just a psyop.
Maybe he is. Maybe that's why he wanted Trump to win.
Hasanabi.
Because I mean, I imagine that the Israeli government would love to build some kind of hotel there. I still think my idea of putting a Disney in Gaza is a great idea. It'll bring tons of money and revenue into it. And they have so much money. They'd have a better fucking like Iron Dome than Israel themselves. And so it's kind of a win-win. Plus, like, I'd go there. And I'm sure that so as other Israelis would go there, and then there'd just be good vibes. There'd just be really good vibes. You're
literally just a psyop. And that's why they push you. They literally push you because you're just a psyop, bro. Okay, you push degeneracy. You still go with their agenda. You're saying, hey, yeah, free Palestine, blah, blah, blah. But you're still pushing their agenda. Their
Is that like gay people or something?
Degenerate agenda, okay? And that's part of Zionism, okay?
Part of Zionism do be when you think gay okay.
You don't understand.
You guys ever hear the term A-okay? Well, actually, that was a term created by the Zionists. It's actually what they're trying to say is gay okay. And that is not okay to us. Who's us? Whatever the fuck this guy believes. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Gay okay.
If there's anything that makes me believe in the horseshoe theory, it's this. Now, if you're looking for an even crazier conspiracy, look no further than the last major claim Denims makes against Ethan. She says Ethan is secretly working with Destiny, playing this clip as her main piece of evidence.
I know it wouldn't look good for Ethan to publicly do anything with you, but if you reach out on private at all, well, I privately reach out a ton, of course. Why do you think I've been
all the time, dude?
Stream so much twice a week. I'm like scripting these fucking videos. But publicly, I mean, it's difficult to associate with him because Hassan is just going to accuse me of like mind fucking him, basically, right?
If Ethan Klein is willing to lie about all this other stuff, what else is he willing to lie about?
Oh my god, that was definitely Destiny being serious, so, by the way.
What are you, Down syndrome?
She actually
okay.
thought this proved a point. If you're not 5 years old or mentally retarded like Denims, you'd
Don't say that, dude.
completely
Stop saying those words. It makes me horny. Okay.
understand that Destiny was being sarcastic. He's making fun of people like Hassan, who constantly use him as a scapegoat. And now that Destiny has been exposed as a revenge porn fanatic...
Isn't that racist to say Hassan uses things as scapegoats? Because isn't there like really bad, like mean stuff about, you know what I'm saying, dude? You get what I'm saying. That's fucked up, dude. You can't do that.
These guys claim that Ethan is just as bad, because he got some of his sources from Destiny's community. It's deranged, and it's just a way to dismiss fellow...
Isn't Hassan literally a source from Destiny's community, though?
criticism by pointing fingers at where...
Wasn't he sourced himself from Destiny's community?
It came from.
For one, Ethan uses Destiny's subreddit as a source for his stream. Here's him doing it in October, and here's him explaining why he got the Frogan section of his video wrong.
Here, it's right here.
Oh my god.
It's right here. Right at the top. Frogan Rising Star 2024. Right here. What even is this post from? Is it even from Destiny subreddit?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's the post. So that's the post. So that is where I found it. And like, I'll admit that was sloppy.
Oh, wow.
Well, not really. I mean, just because it's from Destiny's Reddit doesn't mean that it's not right.
He got something off Google Images that comes from his subreddit. That means Ethan is now a Destiny orbiter. Even though Ethan went on stream and called him a disgusting human being who deserves to go to prison.
There's only
When did he call Destiny a disgusting human being that deserves to go to prison? When was that?
Yesterday, I became aware that Destiny had recorded me while we had sex without my consent.
That is so.
That to me is like the worst. That's like a go to jail type of.
And then sharing it on top of that, it's
Distribution.
fucked.
Filming without consent is like.
It's terrible.
It's a terrible crime. It's just a terrible crime.
Call that the Dennis system.
Denims only brings this all up because she's salty that Ethan referred to her as an ex-Destiny orbiter.
You'll notice when we get to the next clip, Ethan Klein put a banner labeling me as an ex-Destiny orbiter.
It seems like everybody from this is like the funniest thing to me. It seems like everybody who doesn't like Destiny came from Destiny's community. It's like every single person that doesn't like Destiny was like once part of his community. It's a little funny. There's definitely some kind of a pattern going on there. I'm recognizing a pattern right now, guys. There is pattern recognition going on.
He's doing this to distract from the fact that he's currently orbiting Destiny.
Now here's the clip that she's referring to.
She is an ex-Destiny
but not for nothing. Why would he orbit Destiny? Like, he's more popular than Destiny.
Orbiter. In fact, it's rumored, I'm pretty sure that they had a sexual relationship.
Damn.
I never fucked Destiny.
Damn.
Say what you will about me, but I never fucked Destiny.
Then whose penis was that?
You're saying that wasn't your dick in the leak?
Not my dick, buddy.
Whoa.
Not this dick.
And Ethan is referencing the supposed leaked DMs, where Denims is down to fuck Destiny. I mean, hey.
Hey, listen. Maybe his tip is creamy. Maybe his tip is sticky, you know what I'm saying? My tip cream and my tip sticky, dude. That's such an obscure meme. I should probably find the meme now that I'm being a degenerate. I found my meme. I'd have it on my favorites.
My tip creaming right now. My tip sticky. Tip real sticky and moist.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm referring to there.
Who wouldn't be down to fuck this high-value specimen? After Ethan brought up a response on stream, Denim's main comeback was to call Ethan a coward for not reacting to her whole video, claiming that he simply clip-chimped her.
It is really funny that all of my haters, all of my enemies, can only hate me by splicing clips of me and being totally disingenuous. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. It's kind of pathetic. I'm gonna be honest. Man.
So sad, Queen.
Can the smooth brain wench not go one video without projecting? I mean, this is the same person who goes out.
You think your tip's sticky? Sorry, I can't stop the fucking meme now.
Her way to not watch people's videos, and instead waits for Empanada to react to them first.
Smart play, smart play.
Safe edginess is meant to describe edgy jokes that would never get you in trouble with your preferred audience. Humor that typically targets other groups. A lot of times, safe edginess can be seen as intrinsically hypocritical, as they'll get offended by edgy jokes made by others, but will adamantly defend their own style of offensive humor. This is Denims. Denims is the queen of safe edginess. I briefly went over this concept in my first video about her.
She's my queen.
Mainly citing how she'll get deeply offended by jokes targeting OnlyFans creators.
Loser.
But has no problem making edgy political statements. She'll jokingly tell her audience to kill someone,
Whoa!
and then claim saying the word retard is too tryhard.
Hey! Makes me upset, dude. Stop, please. Rob,
you know
stop.
what's really, really bad? When like the people you're fighting on the internet, the only two insults they have is "Arsler" and "I'm richer than you."
She'll make various statements that seem risque, but won't actually get her in trouble with anyone in Hassan's audience. Case in point, the TwitchCon tier list panel. Denims and her friends are doing a tier list ranking streamers on how Arab they are, with the bottom tier being Love Sabra. This is clearly meant to refer to Jews born in Israel, as they treat that tier as undesirable to be in. When called out on this racially based tier list, these creators use plausible deniability tactics, and make it seem like they were only referring to the brand of hummus.
So true, King. It sucks. We've talked about this like a million times, you know? Probably is anti-Semitic, about 100% chance, you know? It was funny though, because like all Hassan really had to say is like, oh, I don't think it was a dog whistle, but you know what, I could see why you'd think that, and I want to be sensitive to the Jews. So, you know, guys, maybe you should pull that down. And everybody apologize. And we wouldn't be here right now, but they couldn't do that. They couldn't be doing that.
My main issue is, why can't they just own up to it?
Yeah,
they're doing this panel to be safe edgy, but now that they're being called out for it, they're backtracking. It makes them pussies. Same thing happened with the whole swastika sword scandal. Say that 5 times fast. They clearly did this to be edgy and piss off Ethan, but they then started backtracking once they got a lot of hate. And yes, I know, it's a Buddhist symbol and the sword is from an anime. But Hassan bought it, knowing it looks like the symbol of the Nazis.
That's a back. That's like a bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better. You're the one who owns this. Remember we did that?
They're doing this as a dog whistle because they think it'll make Ethan crash out. Just own up to it. I mean, this is the same bitch who said Muda's thumbnail to the Keffel's video as a dog whistle for transphobia, because she was like drawn up.
Whoa! You know what? I think Keffel's might be innocent. What the fuck? Guys, we lost the queen.
This is a very gross portrayal of someone who is a
That's a rough picture. That's a rough picture.
Trans woman. This is like hitting all of the common.
Hi, what's up, Brian? Do you think that it's definitely anti-Semitic? I think it's an anti-Israel dog whistle, but not necessarily anti-Jewish. I think it doesn't matter, because I think that like there's, you know, it's one of those things where here's the problem: when you're a smarty pants like me, and you say something that could be interpreted as a dog whistle, there's a high expectation that you should be careful, because you should understand it could be seen as a dog whistle. And so since Denims and Frogan and the other white people on there, since they're smarty pantses, they know how it could be interpreted, and they still choose to go with it. And I think that that's what it is. I think that's the problem. You know, because you know you got when your brain is so huge and swelling with smarts, you know, you understand what things look like when you say words, and they know that, So even if that wasn't the intention, they knew what they were doing. They're such smart pantses, you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. Smart guys, smarties.
And stereotypes. Like,
whoa, what just flashed on the screen?
Very gross portrayal of someone who is a trans woman. This is like hitting all of the common stereotypes.
Hold on, we're missing something. Oh, it's just this. Boo!
Stereotypes, like trying to make them as quote unquote gross looking as possible.
Are you saying that that's not a gross picture of Keffels? That's a horribly disgusting art image of them. Obviously, they're not disgusting. Guys, relax, okay? At least not visually, okay? But
or as manly as possible, whatever.
Oh, and recently, she spread this narrative that this innocuous Sydney Sweeney ad was actually all about eugenics.
Whoa. American Eagle has like a vested interest in appealing to crazy fascist right-wing freaks. This is a pretty good breakdown as well.
Well, she's right, though. That's probably what that ad is. I don't think it's worth like caring about, but that's kind of what it is. Like right now, we're very right-leaning. So I think like I do think that I think that was kind of the point, was to appeal to like a certain, like, you know, kind of like a more conservative-leaning individuals. I just don't think it's like worth like melting down about. You know what I mean? Because it's just like it's just not even worth giving a fuck about. It's such like a minor thing considering what's going on. I don't think that is going to cause us to culturally spiral. I think that's just kind of the indication of us, you know, spiraling a little bit culturally in a way that's like a little more, you know, I guess right. Well, obviously right leaning, not I guess.
They're trying so hard to radicalize Americans. When you realize the obsession with Sydney Sweeney isn't about her tits, it's about the fact that she has blonde hair, blue eyes, is thin, and happens to have large breasts.
Nah, dude, it's her boobs. Let me tell you.
American fascist. She is the perfect Aryan woman, which is why the joke is she has good genes. Like,
well, I feel like we have like a problem here because, you know, we have like obviously, you know, we have that, but they need to counter. I already said you got to counter it. So like I said, like have like a hot girl do something else, a different hot girl that's culturally different or something, or have that, who's the trans one from Euphoria that was supposed to play Zelda? Have her do something hot. Have her get naked and fucking do something hot. You know what I mean? As a counter. Let's say, hey, she's got good genes or something, or something else. A good cock. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, dude. You know, who the fuck knows?
Like, there used to be a time where this just meant like, look, her boobs. And now it's like...
Now, this might sound like a hot take to some, but I still don't think these creators should have been banned over this Twitch panel. My problem is how Denims will advocate for other creators to get banned over their own edgy jokes. Right around the same time, Denims would call out Tectone for making fat jokes about Frogan, saying he should get banned.
I feel inclined to say that there is the letter of the law in this.
Well, Tectone is cringe, so.
Spirit of the law. TOS says you cannot do bullying on this platform or targeted harassment on this platform. Tectone has called her Jabba the Hutt. He's called her fat. He said she should go stuff her fucking fat face. She said she probably...
You know what would be good? You know what I think would be the ultimate counter to the Sydney Sweeney thing? Have Hunter Schafer do something like that. Have Hunter Schafer do something, but don't show the penis. Okay, listen. Don't show the penis and don't let anybody know that they're trans. And so what happens is you got a bunch of conservatives jacking it, literally jacking off to her, and then like a month later say, oh, by the way, that's a trans person. And then they can be like, oh my God, you tricked me. And they'll all start crying and they'll get really upset, and that would be funny. You know what I mean? You know, start the first ad with like a really hot picture or whatever, and then make the other one with like a picture of a bulge like 2 weeks later and be like, could you tell? And then they'll be like, oh my God, and they'll start having mental breakdowns. It'll be kind of funny. That's your reaction.
Ellie has PTSD when she sees a diet soda. That is bullying. That is breaking TOS. He should be banned for breaking TOS. I'm not going to call for his ban because I think it's fucking stupid. Because there's the letter of the law and then there's the spirit of the law. And I think Tectone broke the letter of the law, but I really don't give a fuck. He's also such a dumb fuck that I don't really care that he exists.
You clearly want...
You know, I think the worst part about Denims is she's the first woman I can't pay attention to, but it's not because her boobs are nice. It's just because she's so fucking boring. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, what are you talking about? You're not even making any good points.
Him to get banned. You just don't want to be seen as a hypocrite. Because only a month later, she was directly calling on him to get banned after he made an edgy joke about Denims having an OnlyFans.
Denims
Does she?
talks about you. Dude, I only watch Denims clips offline. Yeah, with my pants off. Yeah, I can't watch those on stream. Yeah, just shouldn't bother.
Denims responded by tagging Twitch support, clearly wanting them to ban him. I don't care what logic she uses. She's advocating for him to get banned.
Interesting move to sexually harass a streamer after trying to disprove your sexual abuse allegations. Whoa!
Yet at the same time, she'll get her knickers in a twist about how her ban was so unfair.
You can't twist those. What the hell? the hell are you doing?
And that the people advocating for it are scumbags. If you think Tectone statements are ban-worthy, then so are yours. I don't think either should get banned, but Twitch has incredibly strict rules that seem to affect certain creators over others. The reason why so many people were happy over Denims and her friends getting banned is because they constantly break Twitch's rules time and time again. It's a problem of inconsistency. In May of this year, it was announced that former US President Joe Biden has stage 4 prostate cancer.
Not Joe Biden!
Denim's response was to go on stream and celebrate. She was blasting the Crab Rave song with the most...
Damn, I love Biden too. Biden is unironically one of the best presidents ever. Uncontested. Nobody even ever contests it. Isn't that incredible?
Expressive face possible.
That it's a very aggressive form of cancer, and group 5 means that...
This bit is legitimately unfunny. It's the kind of thing me and my friends did in 10th grade when the meme was actually popular.
Yeah, she's like 30 years old doing that, though. That's crazy work, brother.
This is a 28-year-old woman doing this.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know what happened to, like, comedy, dude. I should be able to make fun of a guy.
What happened to comedy, bro? I don't know, man. Maybe if you guys stopped fucking abusing the Jews, you'd be funny. It's like Jesus Christ.
Guy who didn't try at all to get a ceasefire, later proven to be true that he didn't try at all to get a ceasefire, and in fact, just kind of told Benjamin Netanyahu, yeah, that's fine.
Personally, I would have pushed for like an A or a B fire. I don't think C is enough.
Oh, no, that's fine. Could you do the
Me personally, I don't settle for third best.
genocide more quiet?
She doesn't cite any sources for that, by the way. I looked into this, and it seems like Biden was constantly pushing for a ceasefire.
I think more towards the beginning, middle-ish of his presidency, he was more lax. But then as time went on, like he became more aggressive. I think the last poll, this was like a while ago, the last poll I saw was that there was pretty high favorability with Biden, but that was before Biden started to crack down. And that's the thing, Biden began to like escalate his crackdown as time went on, you know. Which is interesting because it happened like, what, 2023 when everything started to bubble up and Biden was president still. So like at first he was like, okay, I support you going in. And then he was started to be a little more aggressive against them doing whatever the fuck they wanted.
Either way, I do think Denims should be able to mock his eventual death, even if many would find it insensitive. My problem comes with the fact that she'll shun others from making jokes about the deaths of people she does like. This leads us to Aaron Bushnell. Aaron was a US Air Force serviceman who lit himself on fire outside the Embassy of Israel in Washington, D.C.
You know what's really fucked up about the Aaron Bushnell stuff? It's like if you actually pay attention and like you watch Caleb Hammer, you'd realize Aaron Bushnell was actually just trying to get permanent disability, but it backfired on him. That was horrible. That was a terrible joke. Jesus Christ. That one was rough. That's all right. That's all right, dude.
Most would find this depressing, seeing that this
was fucked up. I think people were glorifying that a little too much. That dude clearly had some fucking mental health issues.
Mentally ill guy killed himself, but leftists found it inspiring because he screamed, "Free Palestine," before dying in permanent blackface.
I think for most of
That's crazy.
us who have seen this, which I'm assuming it's almost everyone in here, I think all of us feel a sort of sense of respect and a desire to honor his wishes.
Denims then tries to argue that Aaron didn't technically commit suicide, dismissing the legal definition.
At the very least, when I think of the word suicide, or I think of someone who committed suicide, I think of someone who was like, I cannot bear the burden of being alive any longer.
What?
You are engaging in the means for the end.
What the fuck is she talking about?
Your primary goal is to stop existing. Whereas the goal for Aaron Bushnell was not to stop living. The goal was to get people to care more about this issue.
Is she fucking stupid? I don't really understand what she's saying here.
Versus, in the example someone in chat gave, someone like staying behind to make sure everyone else lives. That is not someone that we would say is committing suicide.
Dude, I don't understand. Why do you guys think you're so smart? Like, you guys are so dumb. That doesn't make... These are two non-comparable things. What are you talking about?
Right. Because their goal is not death. Their goal is...
Let me tell you, if Aaron Bushnell didn't fucking do what he did, and he would have done it after watching one of your streams. I'll tell you, this is so fucking boring.
Saving other people's lives. And the goal, I think, is the most important thing, which is, again, why most people don't call it suicide. Is it textbook suicide? Yeah. Is it under a legal definition?
Under a legal definition, but we don't really care about the law here, do we? It's a joke about how she's being sued for copyright shit.
Did he commit suicide?
Guys, that's the joke. That's a joke. It's a joke, guys. The memes are back. We're back. We're seriously back here.
Yes.
This guy didn't save anyone. He was mentally ill and killed himself. This is like if a guy tied a noose around his neck and said, "Rape is bad," before jumping.
Or he started jacking off like David Carradine. Then he came, and then he also went at the same time. Good way to go? I don't know.
Didn't stop all rapes.
Obviously no.
He just took the time to virtue signal before dying.
I guess. It's a little bit callous, but okay.
Rapist.
As after I say a bunch of terrible callous jokes, huh?
Good.
I bring all this up because Denims then reacts to an Ethan clip and gets offended once a joke is made.
It was absolutely insane how he like stood the whole time. That was crazy. I don't know how that's humanly possible.
That's terrible. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the screen? Let's see. The girl is Denims. At the top, with the pink. Obviously, the guy in green is Sean to Black. Let's see. Who's in the monster suit? Oh, that's the Jewish guy. Mike from PA. Who's Baymax? Is that Frogan or Caseytron? I don't know. It's a tough one, guys. This is a tough one. I think Donald Duck is definitely Tyrion Lannister, though. That's one I know for sure. Whatever that guy's name is. The guy from Elf. But I don't really remember.
Again, not to put this uncouth, but he's a champ at fucking burning. I mean, that sounds bad, but he did it really good. Does that sound bad?
Hello? Hello?
How are you?
He's a champ at burning alive? Oh my fucking god!
She stands there, dumbfounded for another couple minutes, chastising Ethan for not picking his words carefully.
I understand why people want to go, like, he's a hero. Like, I understand that because he made this ultimate sacrifice, the most gruesome way possible, right? And so I understand the impulse of being like, I don't want that to, I want to honor that sacrifice. Monks do self-immolation, yeah, I know. When they're, like, under tyrannical oppression by the Chinese and have literally no way for the voices to be heard.
I love that he managed to get in a China bad comment. That is a great mwah.
No argument against what he said, just label it as China bad. I'm sure she'd love to expand on that, but that bagel just looks so good.
Because they're carving out
a doesn't look too bad, honestly. I think the worst thing is when they put too much cream cheese on your bagel or too little. Those are both problems, you know?
Moral barrier for themselves to say, oh yeah, well in this case, killing yourself is great. But it's not, that's because it's not suicide. It is. He killed himself. His family.
Who is they?
He's referring to people like you, Denims, who have to argue the semantics of the word suicide in order to justify his death. In fact, she spends the next 40 minutes doing just that. My main argument here is that if you think it's fine to make jokes about Biden dying, then don't take offense to equally edgy statements about Aaron's death. Her inconsistency comes from her politics. She has to appeal to the politically
radical...
Well,
she obviously just doesn't care. Like, they make a bunch of edgy jokes in general, so, like, they don't actually care about this. They're just being silly.
...audience she's cultivated. The moment she says something actually edgy that will challenge her audience, she'll be done for.
Say spreading a stinky lie?
Audience, she'll be done for.
Okay. It's just like a silly thing to say. She was eating a bagel. She was appropriating Jew stuff, dude. You can't leave my stuff alone.
With the CPS situation,
you know what's interesting? Somebody said on a TikTok, they said, "Oh, you can't decide if you're Roman Catholic or Jewish." You know, something like that. I'm just like, dude, stop, please. You're fucking stupid as hell. I'm fucking ethnically funny, okay? And I was raised Roman Catholic. All right, my father was the Jewish guy. All right, get a grip, dude.
I want to give as much context possible to truly understand how malicious Denims was during it. So let's start with where the rumor came from. An H3 podcast episode from February 17th, 2025. During the beginning of this episode, Ethan discusses some of his health issues, like his coughing and stomach issues. He then mentions his new dog, Olive, who is a rescue that happened to have Giardia. Giardia is a common bacterial infection that can cause diarrhea. He mentions this because he had just started treating Olive with antibiotics. Because of this, Ethan believes that he, Gila, and their youngest child, Sunny, also have Giardia.
Sonny's crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has Giardia.
Damn.
Oh, shit. And now Ela has Giardia.
For real?
And now I think this morning I had diarrhea. Oh my God. It can go on surfaces and stuff. So
you know what's so funny about this clip? They actually were having Chinese food the day before, and Ethan didn't put two and two together.
You know,
idiot.
Olive
right?
chews everywhere. She's there. So, you know, Sunny.
They were actually having it for Christmas. They don't celebrate. I don't know if you guys know this. So that's what they just what they were doing.
Makes sense why he got it. Then once he starts having these crazy diarrheas, like in the middle of the night, all day, all the time, he's having these crazy diarrheas. Then when me and Ela start having to get in there and changing his diaper, obviously you put him down, you wash your hands as best you can, but these are really nasty diarrheas.
Now, Ethan never 100% confirms that the three of them had it. He speculates.
He kind of says that they do have it there. It doesn't really matter because it's very common to happen.
they did. Ethan later reveals that none of them had Giardia, and clarifies that getting it does not have to involve literally eating shit. He wrote, "You can get it from surfaces. If Olive's bum."
Yeah, but that's the best way to get it, right? Like, what do you, like, isn't it, it's like, oh, I got Giardia. Did you eat shit? No. Oh, well, like, you're lame. You know what I mean? Like, at least, it's like one of those things where, like, you're going to go and you're going to eat Chinese food, you're going to get really sick, but at least you got to eat Chinese food. You know what I mean? So, like, you're kind of, like, it's kind of pathetic that you would get sick and not have Chinese food. I'm not saying poop is Chinese food. I'm just saying, like, why not just eat dog shit? You know what I mean? At least get the pleasure out of getting sick, which obviously is the eating of shit. That's the joke.
Bum brushes on the floor. Even if a clean bum, it can spread across the floor surface. Yeah. Now, one critique I do have for Ethan is that he probably shouldn't have shared this story. No,
it doesn't. It does not. It literally does not matter. The story is like so normal and stupid. This is like the least terminally online Ethan has ever said, ever. It's like so normal for that to happen.
Really gross, and not at all entertaining or interesting for the type of podcast he does.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rob. I feel like that's it's like a funny, silly little thing. I think most of his, like, the people that he follows him, they follow him for that kind of like silly, immature poo-poo humor. Okay, that's half the reason why people of my streams watch my shit, okay?
However, that does not at all mean people should twist up the details of the story and
don't be cringe, Robert.
Lie about it. Which is exactly what Bad Empanada did. Oh. Empanada here has released hundreds of stream segments going after Ethan, and in one of them, he brings up the Giardia story. Instead of properly describing the story, he sums it up as Ethan allowing his son to eat dog shit straight off the floor. Very obviously
good dad, am I right?
True if you listen to the source material, but Bad Empanada doesn't care about spreading the truth. He just wants to justify going after people with absolutely no—
This is not podcasting.
No mercy at all. Denims, who has become a fan of Bad Empanada, decided to react to the specific video. Not once does she—
You gotta be careful, dude. Letting fucking incels, like, actively showing support for these guys, they're gonna do something terrible one day. It's like the fucking weird guy at school who's like, you see, like, hey, how are you? They say hi to you, and then all of a sudden they fucking stalk you eternally. So you gotta be careful, Denims.
Push back against anything Empanada is saying.
Be careful, girl. Be careful.
She instead just silently agrees.
Is that Ethan Klein on his podcast outright openly acknowledged that he lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit. And
you know what's crazy though? This city, there's very few people compared to how big these buildings are, and how, you know what I mean? Like, you'd expect to see a lot more people. So I'm assuming that we're playing the game during COVID.
God forbid. I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact.
Some say it started in the city.
With it with their hands or something, but they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia.
Never heard of it before. Isn't Giardia like some kind of a service that transports money? Isn't it Giardia? That's the poop disease.
The dog shit that is all over his house.
All over his house. Is this true?
I don't know, Denims.
Chat, is this true? Does this guy know anything about Ethan's house, you think? Probably. He seems like an expert on houses, or breaking into them, probably, and stealing women's panties, so he must have actually been there.
How about you watch the source material, instead of the psychopathic retard give his
Whoa!
You know.
Dude, come on, man. It's not nice. Don't use that word.
Oh, research. Basic shit like that, which all political streamers should be doing?
Well, funny enough, Giardia is basic shit, because it is very normal. Very common and popular. It's the most popular basic shit you could ever really happen when you get a new pup. You know what I mean? New puppy, a pup cup, some of them call it. But that's different than an actual dog with Giardia, I think.
Dude, how is it that like maybe once a week I look into what?
How is it that I barely look at what Ethan Klein's doing, and then every time I look at what Ethan Klein's doing, he's doing something super normal that I want to interpret the worst way possible. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Ethan Klein's been up to. Every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit.
She then reacts to an edit made by an
Dude, there's a black woman in this game. How fucking woke you gotta be, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Snarker. Not the original, mind you, which is really dodgy. Snark subreddits aren't exactly truthful, if you can't already believe.
I was immediately struck by the foulest fucking hippo room.
I can't play it slower. It's posted on it's posted on Reddit. Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way.
You can't slow things down on Reddit?
It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get.
Oh my God.
There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay.
Crazy.
No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system.
None.
shouldn't be catching anything.
They're not even old enough to play baseball. That's what I've been saying. Thank you, Denims, for articulating what I couldn't.
I was reading random shit from our chat and thinking it's true. Getting Giardia is not at all deadly. Yet, instead of looking into this, she strangely claims that getting it can be deadly for small children. I don't know if you're aware of this, Denims.
I guess it could be. I don't think it's a very high level of deadliness.
But small children get sick all the time, and that's completely normal. How else is someone supposed to build up their immune system? I mean, maybe Denims didn't, which would explain how
you just gotta get the jab. 50 jabs. 50 vaccine shots, dude. You just have to get a vaccine shot every day. What are you talking about?
she has both AIDS and BPD. This is all very basic shit.
Another black woman, slightly less fat. She looks like that fucking girl from Jimmy Neutron.
Is proof enough that Denims should never have children and will hopefully never reproduce.
I think that she will. I think that most of these streamers like Hassan and Denims are way too selfish to have babies because they could never like centralize their life around somebody else, and so they're never going to have kids. Me personally, I think my wife and I are going to go for 4 babies. We got to populate the white race, of course. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna have a black guy impregnate her. Don't worry. I'm super woke. Okay.
I mean, it's bad enough that our future kids will get bullied for having a mom with pictures of her ass minted on the internet.
Whoa! Where'd you see that picture, dude? What the hell? Where'd you find that?
He made guac himself and made the crew eat it while he had Giardia.
Damn, can't believe that.
It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How are you? How is this happening?
For more whimpering like that, just join my OnlyFans. That's just a plug for it. Did you like this whimpering? Just join my OF.
She believes every word her chat says, which is very irresponsible when you're trying to present yourself as this trustworthy political pundit.
Well, so just to be clear, I don't know if you pick up on this, Rob. She's lying. She doesn't believe anything that she's saying. She's just saying whatever she feels like she needs to say because she's enjoying being a bully. That's it. That's it. Do you know what I mean?
This stream is devious for multiple reasons, but the biggest is that Hassan and his orbiters know that Empanada is a bad faith liar. They know
the OF isn't that good. That's terrible. Shame.
Know he's a scumbag, but are only promoting him so that he can harass Ethan and their other detractors. Hassan used to publicly say that he'll
I'd take a look right now, but I was jerking off to a niece's OnlyFans before I got on here, so I'm pretty much completely tapped, you know? Alright, let's move on.
Never watched Empanada's content on stream, though recently he's been gaslighting his viewers on the reason why. He says it was only due to Reactgate, a drama which...
Why the fuck are these people so fucking white looking? That's the belly bulge we were talking about before. Anyway, why are these people so... why are these people so white looking? What the fuck? Isn't this supposed to be... Is this supposed to be Asian guys?
Criticized lazy React content.
Here's one point of contention.
A black guy.
Reactgate. The reason why I had a...
Wait, did she teleport? What the fuck?
Blockade implemented on Bad Empanada videos for the longest time was because you were one of the YouTubers that was like, fuck this guy is stealing other people's labor, how dare he fucking do this.
Oh my god.
And maybe I'm misremembering, but I think
maybe I missed her remembering. Got him.
That's what you said initially, so I was like, I'm never gonna watch this fucking dude's videos.
I'm never gonna watch this guy's videos because he criticized me.
Like, I was watching your videos at the time.
Do you actually want to talk about the Reactgate stuff?
Reactgate was...
I watched that conversation. That was the same conversation where he said that you should vote Trump to escalate the downfall of Western society. Woo! Woo! Halloween's coming.
Reason, but not the only reason. Hassan has also cited his unhinged behavior, like his multiple Twitter accounts that he uses to dox people.
I think Bad Empanada would be one of the better content creators online if he just didn't have a Twitter account.
Damn, dude, this guy's so smart.
Like, unironically, the fact that they keep fucking nuking his Twitter account is actually a good thing for him, but he doesn't realize it. And he thinks it's like a bad thing for him. But it's like, he would be so much better as like a content creator that just does not tweet, because he's such a fucking freak, dude. Oh my God, he's such a goddamn freak. He is the most insane person. His Twitter is mostly a joke, in my opinion. He has like 7,000 accounts. He's also, yeah, I mean, he is a gremlin. He is absolutely a fucking gremlin. Keep in mind, there's people that pretend to be him. Says he doesn't have a Twitter on his YouTube. Good. I'm glad that he says that. Pretty sure he does, though. Watches Loner Box and tries to be as charitable as possible. Won't watch Bad Empanada because he's mean on Twitter. Who said I don't watch Bad Empanada? And also, secondly, I just said I have an official blockade on Bad Empanada videos on this broadcast while I'm live. That's number one. And number two, he's not just mean on Twitter. He is a psychopath. The idea that he's just simply mean on Twitter is ridiculous.
What? What, Hassan, are you aware that this guy's crazy and you're still platforming him? Come on, dude. I thought better of you. I'm just kidding. I would never think better of this guy.
He is not just mean on Twitter. He is the most insane person on Twitter.
You know someone's a psychopath when it's coming from Hassan's mouth. It's like receiving a golden plaque. Yet, less than a year after both those statements, Hasan decides to start promoting Empanada on stream and reacting to his videos. And I think he mainly started doing this after seeing Noah Samson platform this guy with little to no consequence. Denims or so.
Maybe. I think it's more of just I think it's more that Hasan actively wants to have a crew of people that'll harass Ethan Klein for him. And kind of trigger Ethan and also contribute to like Ethan appearing to other people like he's fucking crazy or whatever, because that's part of the strategy, is to just make Ethan Klein seem like a crazy kooky guy. So I don't think it has, I think it's mostly just that. So I think it's all intentional. And then Hasan can come in and be like, oh, here's some what his audience would consider valid criticisms. But basically Hasan sends out the marching orders for everybody to harass Ethan. Ethan gets harassed. Ethan talks about it. He associates Hasan with it because obviously he's giving the marching orders. But then other people go, "Wait, you're crazy. Who the fuck are these guys?" Because everybody, all of Hasan, if you notice, like all of Hasan's friends that engage in this like unhinged Ethan harassment campaign, none of them are very popular. They're all kind of like small, like little loser fucks that nobody really cares about. They're like me. Like, let's be fucking real. Like they are like the similar to me. They're fucking nobodies that nobody gives a singular fuck about in any mainstream capacity. And so what it is that like Hasan is a big creator. He doesn't spread enough of the clout for them to ever get popular enough. And so Hasan is a really big creator. And he gets other people to do this dirty work for him. And then since nobody knows who the fuck these people are, the average, I guess, from an optics perspective, like if the somewhat average people that are like looking at Hasan, and Ethan's interaction, they're like, dude, Ethan's just like going crazy over nothing. Like, why is he so worked up? It doesn't make any sense. Even though like you know that the reason why he's worked up is because of this like unhinged harassment campaign that he definitely co-signs.
Self also knows Empanada is a fucked up dude, as she used to be friends with many political creators who he's harassed. Denims used to tie herself very heavily to watch his community, and once left a comment on his
what the fuck? What a good person.
Xander Hall tweet, where he calls out Empanada's fanbase. He shows an alleged chat message from a fan calling Xander Hall the gamer word, to which Denims
stop, dude, don't say gamer words.
Replies, most normal Empanada fan. Lonerbox also implies that he's talked to Denims about how deranged he is.
How? How is this happening?
How is it happening? You mean the habitual liar who lies all the time?
That sounds like a guy.
Lying about things. Again, just so you guys know, everyone who's part of this circle knows Empanada's a liar. They all know. Denims knows. I know Denims knows. She knows that I know that she knows. Hasan knows. Damn. Hasan knows that I know that he knows.
A lot of liars. Guys, a lot of lying going on here.
Because back in the day, when Hasan used to be a little bit nice to me, he rejected claims from his chat that came from him. He was like, what, like a bunch of people in chat saying that Lonerbox was a phalangist, and Hasan would be like, no, and he knows this.
Lonerbox has phalanges? Aren't those fingers? I'm so confused. What the fuck?
About this. We spoke about this. Like, Hasan knows.
Damn, he knows dude. Wait, what if you're the liar, though, dude? What if you're the liar, bro?
Liar. Like, the whole group.
What if I'm the liar?
Knows this. Like, everyone knows this guy's a liar. They just don't care. Just like, as long as, I guess if he's on your side, it's whatever, right? Leak the DMs. I don't think I'm gonna leak DMs. If he denies what I just said, I'll leak DMs.
Now, during Denim's stream, many in her chats urge for top
leak your piss, lick your feet pics.
Protective services to be called on Ethan. This edit I'm showing applies all the chat messages mentioning CPS during this segment. The real chat is up here. Denims is well aware that her chat is saying this. How do I know? Well, because Denims herself has admitted that she reads
How do I know? Is because she can read, I think.
Every single chat message. This clip comes from a year ago where she accused Ethan of mistreating his employees.
If you ever bring up chat as like a whole, okay, just show me one chat message of someone who said, he's literally the worst boss ever. There's no one that said it. I read every chat message I'm watching. No one said that. Literally, no one said that. I saw people call him a Zionist piece of shit. That's true. But that has nothing to do with whether or not you're a boss, right?
She knows her chat wants CPS to be called, yet won't moderate any of these comments. I find this strange, since Denims makes sure chat is heavily moderated. And has her mods ban anyone who simply criticizes her. Imagine being a fucking Denims mod.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine taking zero pay to do that. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I bet these people are scared.
Do you even need a mod? I don't even need. I mean, I have a couple mods, which is chill, but it's mostly just like superficial. Like like I'm able to just moderate my own shit. It's not really that big of a deal. You know?
When you show them a job application.
I know, chatter. I know thinking is so hard. Listening is so difficult. I know.
Very true.
So you can't sue because you're a woman? What logic is that? Listen. Oh, the BoJack Horseman. That's very fitting.
There we go. What the fuck?
Listen, what I said, I'll explain it slower this time since you seem to be a little bit slow. I love these people as well. So
that's so fucking mean, dude.
Why do you get mad when someone calls you a hoe? So if someone brags about sleeping with a lot of people, can you make fun of them for sleeping with a lot of people?
True, you can.
Why would you people ever think that I care about being called a whore? Oh, you guys are so cute. One day after the former
They're gonna take that wrong, dude.
staff tweet about Doc, but now
Empanada's just fucking jerking off to her saying that right now.
why do we ban him? I was responding. But now your narrative changes when the pedo is trans.
Damn. Who are we talking about right now?
I think it's cute that you want to believe that we're not consistent, but we are. It's you guys that aren't consistent.
Denims, the queen of consistency. She'll whine and complain about comments calling her a whore and blame Ethan for it. Yet I guess she is not at all responsible for her fans wanting to call CPS on Ethan. I mean, some of these people were practically encouraging it, with other Hassan orbiters like Matt Lieb and Froggy Tonic spreading the false rumor that Ethan neglects his kids and lets them eat shit off the floor.
It's terrible.
On March 7th, Ethan would announce on his show that a false CPS call was made in order to get his kids taken away. The person was anonymous, but pretended to be someone who works at the client's house. They mentioned there being dog shit on the floor, a claim spread by Bad Empanada and the H3 Snark subreddit.
They looked at
I'm pretty sure Bad Empanada like said he did it. Isn't that fucked up, dude?
Sunny, then they wanted to talk to our nanny and ask questions. Who feeds the kids? Who takes care of them? Who takes them to school? And like,
what do you do when you get angry at your kid?
Yeah, what do you do
when the dog poops on the floor? And then the part that, in my opinion, crossed the line was like, so I'm going to visit your kids at school and ask them questions. And I says, you're not fucking doing that.
No,
I mean, we both were like, that's not happening.
No,
you're not going,
terrifying.
You are not doing that.
Even though we don't know who specifically placed the call, it's most likely someone from Snark who either believed in the narrative, or knew that it was a lie, and used it as justification anyways. Though, to placate the situation and shift the blame, those like iDubbbz made it seem like a concerned H3 fan would have been the one to place the call.
People are quite reasonably concerned. And so, yes,
quite reasonably concerned. Come on, dude. It's just so silly because Ethan... It's just funny because no normal person would ever see Ethan talking about how his kids might have fucking Giardia and go, oh, this is an unsafe house. Nobody thinks that. Nobody would ever think that because it's like doesn't really like it's not a big deal. It's common to happen. It's like pretty common. So they would be like, oh, okay, that's it. It's not that fucking big of a deal. Nobody would ever think it was a huge deal at all. It's so fucking common to happen, especially if you have fucking dogs. I'm pretty sure iDubbbz has some kind of a dog because he has a fucking CTE and he needs a goddamn fucking one of those escort dogs to walk around. What the fuck are we talking about? Those dogs should probably shit all over the place.
anyone who's seeing that content might be concerned enough to call
Might be
CPS,
concerned
including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So,
oh my god, dude, that's crazy. You know what's fucking crazy is that Ethan, with 26,000 viewers live, still doesn't know how to run a podcast. Isn't that fucking crazy? He doesn't get it. You're not supposed to talk about personal stuff of your own life. And like he's somehow like he's just so unsuccessful. He's so stupid. Like, but he doesn't know that you don't talk about personal stuff on your podcast. Like he's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like stupid idiot. Like it's so ridiculous. Like you're supposed to do other things, like talk about a vampire's kiss, or about how smelly your husband is, or how bad his breath is, or how bad he is in bed, or how ugly he is. That's what you're supposed to talk about on podcasts and vampire's kiss.
So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having Giardia, him and his whole family having Giardia. They're calling it the poop house.
This makes
Whoa, is that one of the new hype houses?
No sense if you actually know the proper timeline. If it was a concerned H3 fan, why did they wait 2 whole weeks to make the call? The original H3 episode came out on February 17th. The Bad Empanada video came out on February 27th. Denims reacted to it 2 days later on March 1st. And the CPS call was made on March 3rd. What community do you think was possibly responsible?
Thank you, dude. Thank you for telling me I look good. I appreciate that.
For calling CPS? Was it the one making jokes about Ethan's home being the poop house? Or
I don't know, dude. It's possible that it was Olivia because she's really way too woke. And so she might have actually thought that it was like legit, the poo-poo thing. Because again, she's like really woke. She doesn't understand anything. That's what Alex the Fiction tells me. So that might have been what it is.
Was it the one repeatedly inciting CPS to be called? If you pick option A, go take yourself into a psych ward. During the March 7th podcast, Ethan brings up Denims' stream from that morning, where she nitpicks a frame of Ethan having bad posture. When someone calls her out for being hypocritical, Denims tries to justify mocking people's posture.
Whoa. Why are you shitting on his appearance? I'm shitting on his posture, which is dog shit.
Damn.
And I think it should be evidence to everyone that this is not someone who is...
There's an imposture among us. It's a joke.
...physically or mentally well. It's kind of like judging Asmongold for having trash and mold all over his house. Like, that's the image of someone who's not well. You are not mentally well if you are cool with mold growing in your house.
So true,
like, you have multiple petri dishes around your room. Like,
what if it's the good kind of mold, though? That's supposed to be good for, No! Sorry. What if it's the good kind of mold that's supposed to be, like, medicines?
You are not well. It's the same thing with this. Couldn't he be leaning over to use whatever it is he's using? But he's not leaning over.
He's got that Notre Dame hunch.
He's just showing the camera, his phone. He's literally standing up straight.
Injury he sustained in the disinformation wars. He had to spend long hours hunched over a laptop, ignoring his children and the poop
no problem, man. Sometimes I like to tell you guys when the jokes are happening because I'm just a good guy. You know, I know that I'm so funny that sometimes people don't really understand what I'm saying.
Eating for months to deliver that powerful content puke against the most evil man to ever live, Hassan Parker.
So that's Denims chats repeating the lie that Ethan neglects his kids. She doesn't push back against it, and instead says the quiet part out loud.
Also, he literally makes fun of Mike from PA about weight all the time. That's not relevant to his arguments either. Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight.
Damn.
I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health or your posture or your dog shitting all over the house to the point where your kids are getting Giardia, that's the image of someone who is not well. Wait, what? Wait, what, Denims? Wait, what?
What?
You guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Meth Zempic diet. Oh, God.
It's weird that they make fun of Ozempic because I'm pretty sure Frogan's on Ozempic.
Hit her fake laugh. It's almost as bad as Lex Up Dogs. Holy shit.
Oh my god, you're so stupid!
Is it?
Dude, that's a pretty good anime laugh, you know what I mean? Like that's how all the anime laugh, all the voice though, the dub voice actor sound.
Denims is trying to spread a narrative that Ethan is unwell and is possibly neglecting his kids, even doubling down when a chatter asks for clarification. All of this because Ethan was slightly bending down for a couple of seconds to show his crew something. These people will take—
His posture do be looking like Dookie though. He looks like the vulture from the Baby Numir movie.
The most innocuous shit and turn it into the biggest deal ever. It's pathetic. Even more pathetic is that right after that H3 podcast episode that day, Denims would enlist her March 1st VOD. The one where she dick sucks at Empanada.
Whoa! You can't be doing that, girl! What the fuck? How the fuck? Okay, I'm done with this game.
This is totally something an innocent person does, guys. It's especially malicious because of her next stream, where she tries to deny that her or her chat mentioned CPS.
Oh yeah, Ethan's kids crawl around and eat dog
That was my TTS. I'm sorry, Dragon Army. You were robbed.
shit in their house. And then Denims hosts this and see what she says. And then now we wonder why people are calling Child Protective Services.
But they called it before I even did this stream. And again, I have to reiterate, I always tell people, don't tap the glass. If you have the energy
I always tell people, do not tap the glass, guys.
bother someone, go bother your local politicians.
She says all of this while ignoring the massive amount of chatters
She didn't say that.
to urge for CPS to be called. She's flat out just sweeping the evidence under the rug, like the malicious liar she is.
What?
Denims also mocks
Are you implying that women are only good for doing chores, dude? Come on, Robbie. I thought you were better than that.
the assertion that Ethan's house is clean, clearly meant to continue the narrative that he leaves shit all over the floor.
He wanted to look at everything.
Well, the house is spotless.
He was checking the house and like, where do the dogs go potty? Because
Where do the dogs go poop?
we heard that there's poop on the floor.
The house.
Where did them dogs go poops?
Is spotless.
Our house is so clean.
Nice. I believe that. If you don't clean your house, you're at risk of having a fire in your house, and I'm pretty sure they have some historical trauma associated with that.
I have no words. I have no words, dude. Nothing to say. Nothing to say. Oh God. I believe
Boredom.
them. Okay, I believe them. They got a new housekeeper, and their new housekeeper really makes the place spotless.
But what's that?
Now she's
I don't understand. She's just like being sarcastic. Why do you think the housekeeper doesn't keep the house spotless? Because they hired a Hispanic person? Sounds a little bit, that was actually dog shit. It sounds a little bit racist, Denims.
claimed multiple times that she's discouraged her audience from tapping the glass, so to speak. This is something she tries to double down on, claiming that she's never condoned CPS being called.
One, I don't condone. I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. I think CPS should be exclusively used for family vloggers who are total fucking pieces of shit that use their kids as content. I've literally given Ethan Klein credit on multiple times, or multiple instances, and I will do it again right now, for not showing photos of his kids.
Whoa, Ethan Klein. You got a compliment from Denims, dude.
I think it is actually very cool of him to try his best to not have his kids in photos, in videos. I respect that a lot. I think he's a piece of shit, and I think he's going insane and he's crazy, but I respect a lot that he doesn't bring his kids on camera and use them for content.
This comes across as complete bullshit. Because
Also, who cares if you use your kids for content? Who cares? I'm tired of the virtue signal. The issue is when it comes to a point of like abuse. Like, if you want to have your kids in content, be my fucking guest. You know, keep sensitive information out, and you know, don't let them look at likes and views and stuff, and don't like curate their life or make them like act. I feel like all the time, you know what I mean? Then it becomes a problem. But if you have your kids in some content, who cares? You know, especially if it's like light, silly stuff. I don't give a fuck. Obviously, you should put some money aside for your children, though.
The day prior, he was trying to make Ethan seem like a terrible parent. And right before that clip I just showed, Denims tries downplaying the severity of Child Protective Services coming to his house, saying it's not going to be traumatic to Ethan's young children.
So he agreed to come visit our house
next week
when the kids are at home because he needs to fucking interview our kids.
Damn.
As a matter of procedure.
But I was like, I really don't want you to create any bad memory here for them. Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him,
create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old.
Come on, dude.
It's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff.
Yep.
But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15. You have maybe 1 or 2 memories. Yes, you will remember. So everyone in chat here has a collection, like 50 plus memories of when they were 3 years old. There's a wide variation across methods, cohorts. The average age of adults' earliest memories is 3.5 years old. You're not really forming memories at 3.
Gotcha. So basically, okay, this is a really compelling argument for pedophiles or Denims that you can't have any bad memories when you're young. Guys, don't worry, it's 3. 3's the cutoff. Anything before that's fair game. What the fuck are you talking about, idiot? Like, what the fuck? Dude, it could be, you can make bad memories for your kids, regardless of whether they actively remember them or not. Okay? There's a thing called body trauma. All right? There are studies that suggest getting your pee-pee tip cut off could create body trauma, even as a baby. All right? So, that's just a thing I read, and I believe it. So, you know, maybe we should stop snipping the tips of our kids' wieners. That's fucking genital mutilation.
And it's pretty rare to be forming memories or like memories that you will keep like at 5. Like I can remember maybe, I don't know, 5 things that happened to me. Maybe.
Whoa. She'll say all this bullshit while pointing out a
study. What are you, Casey-tron on illegal drugs?
Study that says kids start forming memories at 3 years old. She's pretending like the study proves her point because her slowly moving brain is trying to keep up. What other reason could she be bringing this up besides downplaying the CPS visit? Like, obviously someone that young, even if they won't remember most things, is going to remember that because it's traumatic. Her logic sounds like it's coming from a fucking pedophile. Oh, this child won't—
True, dude. This is how you know that Rob's a Papa God fan. I made this point before.
Remember me touching them because they can't form memories yet. Denims would be so fucking pissed if a Zionist used this logic to justify bombing toddlers in Gaza. But she'll use it here because it's convenient. And right after this retarded ass take, Denims makes another attempt to downplay the CPS visit by saying it's not as bad as having the cops called.
Jimbo, do you have any idea how traumatic it is to have the authorities randomly showing up to your house at night?
How fat do you think Denims is going to get if she has a kid? Because I feel like she's the type of person that's like skinny because she kind of like just grew up skinny and she doesn't put any effort into it. And I feel like if she has kids, she's going to get like really fat. You know, does that make any sense? Am I making sense to you guys?
Through all your things, accusing you of crimes you didn't do?
What the fuck
No
is
one should
happening
be
in this
subjected
game?
to such treatment.
Sure, but we're talking about not cops showing up at your house. We're talking about CPS, which anyways, to begin with, 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it, and you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist.
And Denims is technically right. There is no clip of her outwardly advocating for CPS to visit, but she never pushed back on the narrative that led to it. It's like if I made a video reacting to someone calling Denims a pedophile without evidence. Instead of questioning the information, I insinuate that it's true.
Chat, is this true?
Then, in another stream, I start making jokes like, oh, I'm sure Denims wants to touch kids. And once she gets her life ruined, I make a video disavowing anyone calling her a pedo without apologizing, and outwardly defending the person who made the initial allegations. Denims has not once criticized Ban Empanada, despite him clearly endorsing the CPS call.
I heard that you can get Giardia from eating bad empanadas, so...
He's joked about being the one to do it, and even left a comment on an edited YouTube video Denims made on the situation. Thank you, CPS. The clip of Ethan talked about how his entire family got a parasite, from what he claimed was ingested poop, followed by him vividly describing how his child was so sick he was pooping everywhere, right down to discussing the consistency of his poop in vivid detail, is more than enough to warrant enough suspicion for a checkup. In my eyes, Denims supports his behavior. I mean, she's practically cheering him on.
Every time I have to see this clip and I have to hear Bad Empanada talking. Every time. I just imagine Bad Empanada saying, it's all according to plan. Trust the plan 00101100100.
What the fuck is happening right now? Am I going insane listening to what she's saying? That's actually a really good point this chatter said, the random gamer 666. According to her, the kids having Giardia is highly traumatic for them, but the CPS call is something they won't remember. That's funny. I like that.
How giddy do you think Bad Empanada gets every time he gets to hear this section over and over and over again? I hope Bad Empanada's having the time of his life. He's getting so much value for his content. So many people have seen his content. So many people.
iDubbbz also justified the CPS visit before lying about it being Ethan's audience who made the call.
So of course, Ethan, having made so many enemies over the years, other people react to his content. And when other people see that he's talking about his children getting Giardia from dog poop.
Sonny's crawling around, he's putting everything in his mouth, he's at that age, he has Giardia.
That's disgusting. Kids obviously don't do that stuff at his age. Like, that's disgusting. Why is your kid doing that, Ethan? What? That's crazy. Kids crawl around and put stuff in their mouth at fucking, when they're kids or babies? That's not even true. What are you doing to your kid? What?
People are quite reasonably concerned.
Quite
and
reasonably?
So, yes, anyone who's...
Actually, people are quite reasonably concerned by all this behavior that's happening. Ethan Klein. They're quite understandably concerned, okay?
Seeing that content...
Fucking Reddit logic, dude. What are you doing?
...might be concerned enough to call CPS.
I personally think she's okay if CPS being called, but can't say it outright due to the massive amount of scrutiny she's gotten.
Probably, yeah. Why wouldn't she?
She's dumb, but she's not dumb enough to ignore the basics of optics. Denims' main tactic at this point was to claim everything was being...
Well, she is that stupid. But
taken out of context. But she hasn't given any actual evidence for this. She thinks Ethan not watching every single second of her response is in bad faith, when in reality, it's her not understanding fair use. Since her defense has been ignored by the wider internet, she's deployed another tactic, to act like a major crybaby. She'll ignore the amount of harassment Ethan has gotten, and instead, pearl clutches over her Clips channel getting nasty comments.
The haters can't win on facts, they can only win by silencing
haters!
People who disagree with them and harassing the fuck out of them. Unfortunately, they're also stupid enough to send harassment to places that I won't see, ever. Like all the people sending hate there to that channel. It's a fan-run channel, you idiots. I don't read the comments on that. I don't even check that page ever.
Guys, it's a fan-run channel. It's not mine. It's her channel. She just has a fan running it for her. She's so fucking full of shit. It's obviously her fucking channel, dude.
I'm not even getting the harassment. You are not effectively silencing me. You're just harassing some random person on the internet.
The harassment in question is just...
Well, it's a Denims fan, so maybe they deserve it. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm just joking.
Comments, which every online content creator gets. It's just something you have to accept. There's a difference between that and actual harassment, like having CPS called to your house, or having snarkers on Reddit leaking where you work.
Here they are. Here's the mods doxing our office. Yes, this is actually a real screenshot. Hi, I know you're on break, so I'll just drop this info here in case you need it in the future. We found the H3 studio and Teddy Fresh actual address. On the right is H3, on the left is TF. Studio listing, here's the link. It's identical to the H3, here's their address. This is fucking insane. These are the moderators. This isn't even like the community members. These are the people running the fucking subreddit.
And shortly after this, Ethan received 2 human skulls in the mail.
There's something that I've never talked about publicly.
Right around the time that fucking Party City closed. Terrible. Terrible.
But around the same time.
All I'm saying is that if it hadn't closed yet, they could have got them from Party City for a lot cheaper.
We received 2 human skulls in the mail at our home.
2 Labubu skulls?
Us that having a very pleasant interview with the FBI. Damn. Things have progressed well past the point of...
Probably not the fun FBI either. You know, the federal booby inspectors.
That's just what the internet does.
But no, being called a whore in the comment section of your Clips channel is a real harassment. A year ago, in my Why I Hate BritTubers video, one of the things I criticized the leftist creators for is their overuse of certain buzzwords. They'd throw
like avocado and blueberry
around certain labels in order to automatically dismiss their critics, no matter how valid that person's perspective is. The problem is that these creators never properly define the words they're using, leading to certain terms running stale and becoming overused. This has already happened to phrases like alt-righter, fascist, transphobe, etc. But now, the new word is sloptuber, primarily used by Hassan Piker and those who follow him.
Well, we're all sloptubers. That's kind of like the reality. They just don't consider themselves that because they take themselves too seriously. Hassan's probably the biggest sloptuber I've ever seen. He's worse than Ethan. And I am one too. I'm not even saying it's bad to be a sloptuber. It's bad to not be aware of it, though. You know, they like to morally load it. They think that because they talk about Gaza, while, again, not voting in a way that would actually be helpful, that, like, they're somehow not sloptubers, but they're the same as, like, Donald Trump, who just makes everything, like, all their fucking, their political content is just drama. That's all it is. That's the same thing that they all do. That's literally it.
SlopTube. I didn't coin this term, but SlopTube typically
What the hell is that guy?
refers to content creators, not necessarily just YouTubers, who create run-of-the-mill drama commentary or pop culture content, typically from what they claim to be an apolitical perspective.
Man, Hassan do be eating loud, dude.
SlopTube content ranges from covering interpersonal beefs between YouTubers, all the way over to political commentary that's supposed to be somewhat centrist, but often carries water for the right.
Okay, and also could be left-leaning commentary as well. Like, what are you talking about? Like Hassan Porker.
Use the term slop tube as a pejorative. I actually engage in the slop every now and then. I think there are certain creators in this realm who do a really good job. I also concede the point that left-wing YouTube or BreadTube or whatever it's called is definitely home to some annoying motherfuckers, so you don't need to convince me on that. But the reason I want to look into slop tubers for this video is
I like that, because this guy is the centrist he just complained about. Like, he's the one that's sitting here and being like, guys, it's all the people that are more right-leaning than basically me. But I do care about the ones that are left-leaning that are crazy, by the way. But we're not even going to talk about them, because we're not going to consider that slop tubing. We're going to consider that cool tubing. Clean tubing? I don't know. Slop? Giardia?
Is because they benefit from a very special type of defense. Let's call it weaponized ignorance.
How good is that sandwich, Hassan?
The online viewership wants drama. They don't want actual fucking geopolitical analysis. They want slop. So the people that are doing that slop, that also don't treat this with the importance, the issue with the importance of it, that it deserves, piss me off to no fucking end, especially when they take a position without actually actively saying what that position is, which is presenting themselves as people who are against, seemingly, a whole bunch of the pro-Palestinian content creators. It's a very cowardly way of taking a stance without saying what your stance actually is.
Whoa, crazy.
SlopTube is essentially just a catch-all term for commentary channels that don't 100% agree with Hassan. That's it. If you don't talk about this complicated geopolitical topic in a way that I like, you're a lazy, terrible content creator. But when I lazily react to YouTube videos while eating my lunch, that's not sloppy, because I have the correct takes. His stance on this just comes across as pure...
Hey, listen, you have to eat and not give commentary to stuff sometimes, because his job is very important. You don't understand.
Projection most of the time.
This is my job. It happens to be a unique instance where it's not only my job, but it's also something that I have personally experienced. This is not a crash out. This is called political commentary. I know.
It's political commentary, guys. Relax. He's a very political guy. He's been dealing with politics since he was born. His mom is a landlord and evicts people, makes them homeless, and his dad is like a billionaire. Well, not anymore. Now he's only a millionaire. He's poor. Okay, he's been doing. He has experience with politics from the start and having negative impacts on them.
That so many of you are so firmly locked in on drama and slop and can't understand news and commentary and news coverage without thinking everything is drama or without thinking everything is slop.
Well, when you're waving fake guns around, I'm telling people that Hila is a valid military target. It's very clear that you. It's very clear that you are part of the political slop, buddy boy.
I think he just sees this as content. He just sees this as drama. He knows that a lot of people love getting fed a constant sea of unregulated slop that says Hassan is...
I mean, when I tell people that they should die because they had mandatory military service,
bad and wrong, and that's pretty much it.
Denims has a very similar stance to Hassan on this, using the term to discredit those she has political disagreements with.
Multiple YouTubers and streamers that talk about Palestine and talk about Gaza and talk about Israel, but they aren't actually willing to sit down and read any of this stuff or have any scholars on their broadcast ever, and they just have the opinions they have that they want to have. And do nothing else.
The fuck?
And it's just sad. It's just sad and it's pathetic. That's what I actually have more respect for the people who say nothing at all than the people who step in just to show that they can't say anything and then take the side of whoever's nicer to them. You have to understand, SlopTuber didn't always used to mean bad.
That's what I'm saying,
the term SlopTuber is derogatory, and it was invented to be derogatory towards certain type of creators.
That's what I've been
but
saying, dude.
I miss when SlopTubers used to just make funny videos, right? And that was the primary bit of context. It doesn't matter if you are making a good argument.
I miss being able to hold in a shit. You know, I'm just getting old now, and I miss being able to hold in a poop. That's the worst. Now when I have to poop, I got about a half an hour, and it's gonna come out of my butthole, and I miss that. I miss it. You know, that's a real thing.
All that matters is that you're putting together enough things that are funny. The problem is when you're trying to break down a video on genocide, but you can't actually break down the video on genocide because you don't know anything about the topic.
I thought you weren't on genocide. She was an Israeli that was raped. What the fuck? This is a new development, dude. You care about Israeli women now? What the fuck?
Now, I just want to mention that I don't have any inherent issues with people who use this term. The problem is that their definitions are always so vague.
Sorry if that was a little too
that they can worm their way around being called a SlopTuber. Because let's be real here, Denims is one of the laziest content creators around. Not just in terms of the content she produces, but the level of research she pulls off. I mean, in this video alone, I showed how inaccurate her coverage of the content nuke and CPS situation was. In my first video on her, I mentioned how uneducated her takes were on the Balenciaga situation, the Keffels drama, and regarding Twitch's enforcement of not safe for work material. In my second video, I discussed her ignorant takes on the Ava Chris Tyson drama, and her feud with Jay Exy. And in the third video, I mentioned her heavily biased reporting regarding her enemies. And that's Denims' overall problem. She's too biased to be a trustworthy figure. She rarely shows evidence for her claims, and when she does, she twists it to fit her narrative. Yet she has the goal to vaguely shit on other people who she thinks do bad research.
We live in a crazy world right now. We're like, you can just just spend no time at all researching something and just talk about it however you'd like. And if other people are entertained, because I think a lot of people think that it's other people are convinced by the arguments, or that there are a bunch of fascists that are convinced, or they're already predisposed to being convinced. But I think it's just genuinely, I think it's a bunch of people just being entertained. Like, they don't care what this person
Are you not entertained?
says. All they care is that they're entertained. You want to turn on your Twitch stream, you want to watch
Oh, is she actually talking to this Noah guy?
your YouTube video, and you want to be
Noah really just keeps changing his hairstyle. He must just be like a really insecure guy.
entertained. And like, that's the average apolitical American.
Again, you can literally use the same logic of Denims in our audience.
It's got to be exhausting pretending to care about Palestine and like wanting to champion what you think is like real creators that like are meaningful, and then sitting here having a conversation with fucking Denims, listening to her talk. Holy fuck, she's so stupid.
Most of these people watch her to be entertained, or to jerk off. The only difference is
Ew, Rob, are you doing that?
People like her prop themselves atop a moral high ground in order to sidestep any legitimate criticism as just plain ignorance. Yet she'll accuse commentary channels of doing the exact same thing.
I love SlopTube. I love SlopTube. I love all the just like garbage videos that are totally garbage videos that mean absolutely nothing. Just like funnel them straight into my feed. That's fine with me. The problem is like the SlopTubers who like all they do is cover this stuff, and then they're like, actually, I am an intellectual genius and I'm going to cover all of these topics, even though I've never studied any of them or read anything about them or even know anything about any of these regions. Okay, great.
Cool.
Yeah, prefacing a video with, I'm a dumb, big idiot baby, but here's what I think about it. Really serious, grave, important topic. Yeah, man, don't do that. Just listen to the first thing you said and act accordingly.
Her and Noah will say that, as if their daddy Hassan doesn't do the exact same thing.
Here's why this is actually an abject failure, and this is not just...
Well, Hassan pretends that like he's smart. That's the difference between them.
My perspective on the matter. I'm just a, dumb idiot with a Twitch stream who is...
Oh shit, you fucking owned both of us.
Live reacting to the news and trying to make sense of everything as it's ongoing. I usually have a policy of not covering breaking news, and
What the fuck is he talking about?
Sometimes that policy is violated.
Hassan, SlopTuber confirmed. Unless these guys once again stretch the definition of the word to only mean specific commentary channels. And I do think there are channels in that category that can be described as SlopTubers, but you can't be using that term arbitrarily. It has to actually mean something, or you might as well not say it at all. Because what a SlopTuber really is any content creator that does little to no research, sometimes maliciously for monetary gain. It could be a lazy 10-minute PNG tuber video, or a highly edited video essay. It depends on a case-by-case basis for sure, and the political affiliation of the creator shouldn't matter. I would describe Denims as a SlopTuber due to her clear disregard for accuracy and blatant bias, in order to spread specific narratives amongst her audience.
My perspective is, I don't like to spend my time going after other people that are on the left, right? And that's just because I think my time is better
But isn't Ethan on the left?
spent making fun of people on the right. You guys can disagree, and I'm not saying that no one should ever do this.
That's like the only time she makes content. It's when she's talking about fucking Ethan Klein, who's also on the left.
And I'm not saying that I think it's bad to do this. I'm saying I don't like to spend my time fighting with people who are saying that they're on the left. I think it's much more
Yeah. She's a good guy.
effective for me to make fun of people on the right instead of, because every minute I'm spending making fun of somebody else on the left, I could be making fun of someone on the right.
So true, Queen.
In April,
what is this one called? Ian and Anissa's balls. Ian and Anissa's bootlicker.
YouTuber Ida.
Ooh, that could be a cool OF topic.
would release a new Content Cup episode after nearly 8 years of hiatus. It ended up being about Ethan Klein to the surprise of some, though not Denims since she was actually involved with its making. It's very clear she gave her input, and she's not smart enough to make her own defense. And she appeared in the intro doing this cringy Congo line routine. You got Denims, who's dressed like a prostitute.
Damn. Frogan, you really need to like learn to dress better. Everybody else's fit is you just come on.
Ian, who's a couple of Denny's meals away from looking like Derek Chauvin.
Whoa, dude!
Hut. And that black guy I already forgot the name of. Despite how
his name is Shonda Black. Shonda Civic.
How awful this intro is, Denims pretends it's funny by doing her signature fake laugh.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up. Wake up, Ethan, wake up.
Ethan, wake up.
Got you guys.
Didn't anyone? Just wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react content yet, chat.
I'm just saying, nobody's telling you to wake up, Ethan. Ooh, yummy, I love Sabra hummus.
Now, I was not at all surprised by
That was such a funny intro, guys. It was so funny.
Idub siding with these people. I'm just surprised it took this long. He and his wife, Anissa Jomha, have been trying to cozy up to the Hassan orbit for years, as most corners of the internet find the duo to be reprehensible people. Ethan calling Ian out for being a snake was his last straw. with the content cop being his public declaration of joining the orbit. But despite the video performing well in views, it's been pretty widely mocked by the majority who've seen it.
Hell yeah, dude. It's mocked as much as his boss looks like a penis. It's one of those things where, like, I really do think, like, that video, it shifted the narrative. It shifted the narrative into Ethan's favor more. That's really what it did more than anything else. Because Ethan was, like, losing optically the entire time. And then that went up, and then what happened? Like, people started to be more favorable to Ethan just because they hate iDubbbz so much.
I went more in detail on this in my recent iDubbbz video, but the content cop is poorly structured, is incredibly unfunny, filled with multiple attempts at concern trolling, and removed a ton of context that explains Ethan's motivations for going after Hassan and his supporters. People like Denims will defend it because you kind of have to remove context in order for her to seem in the right. The release of the content cop led to the eventual downfall of Ian's boxing event, Creator Clash 3. This was due to many of the fighters hating that geopolitical drama was now involved at the event, and eventually both Ian and Anissa had to step down as organizers. The event would be postponed and later cancelled, though Denims chose to sweep for Ian and Anissa the entire way. When it was revealed that the couple were being paid 34% of the profits, Denims shows an older clip.
Profits in quotes.
Where Ethan acknowledges that they should be paid.
We had you guys on after the first event though. I said, you guys gotta make money. Have you not changed anything since then?
Maybe next year we've talked about taking a salary next year because it is more than a full-time job. I mean,
did you guys not take a salary at all?
Well, why would they? What are they really doing for the event? Like, they're not really doing any work. There's no marketing going into any of this. Like, fucking, what's her face? She should be more than enough to be able to, she should be more than enough to be able to do this by herself. Or like nobody's making any content. Why did they not like have somebody making content to promote the show? It makes no sense.
No,
do a fucking podcast.
No, not last year. This year I don't think we will. But next year we'll take it. We're reworking the framework so we, our coworkers are making us take a salary next year. So
our coworkers, guys, everybody, they're just making us do it. It's not even. We don't even want to.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean.
Now, Denim's main argument is that it's valid for Ian and Anissa to get paid, which isn't why people are mad.
Literally, just go back 2 years, and here he is saying, you guys absolutely should get paid for your time. I'm sorry, you guys...
I think that 34% is a little high.
They're spending all...
Yeah, they organized it. What did they organize, though? They were working with somebody. They were working with a team that was organizing it for them, and they did nothing to advertise. They had organizers, but they didn't have anybody do advertisement. So they didn't really do anything. They're being fucking stupid.
Of your time, none of it is being spent making videos because you're too busy planning this event.
No, they're not. They worked with an entire fucking organization to do it for them. They weren't spending any time doing anything. It's literally like not even true.
To all of these fighters, dedicating your life to either boxing in Ian's case or wrangling these fighters to fight, making sure that everything works, and you didn't even take anything for it. You didn't even get paid for any of your labor putting this show together. That's crazy. You guys are allowed to make money off of the things that you put together. You're allowed.
They were doing nothing. They were doing nothing while this was all going on. They were fucking lazy as shit. That's it. They were lazy as shit. They didn't do any fucking thing. They hired a separate outside company to do everything for them, and then they didn't do anything. They didn't do any advertisement.
To raise money for charity and also make money for yourself.
The person that was actually doing the most fucking advertisement for them was Ethan Klein.
Organizing the event, which is, again, a very fucking reasonable position to hold.
Denims, people aren't pissed that they're being paid. It's that they're being paid 34% of the profits, which is a lot. This information was not transparently presented to either the fighters nor the general public.
Guys, what should we do to raise awareness? Should we do a podcast or some kind of promotion, or should we just make a video about Ethan Klein being a bad person, the only person that was plugging our event? I don't know.
And some assume that all the profits are going to charity. They were not. And no, it's not lost on me how ironic it is that Denims is defending her friends, who were engaging in some very capitalistic behavior, despite trying to present herself as a socialist. Denims also defends the decision to fly out a bunch of creators for the second event, and place them in a nice hotel.
I think Ian and Anissa made a relatively correct decision in thinking maybe we should have a hotel near the venue where these people can go. Personally, I think that the only problem with what they did was they should have incentivized every single person who was there to either donate some amount of money to the charity or to the for-profit side or whatever, or they should have booked these rooms out and then sold them, like almost like subletting the hotel to the people who want to stay there. Because I understand putting like content creators and friends of the content creators and family members of the content creators all in one place, so that everyone's there in the same space. And if you need to get in contact with someone immediately, you can do that easily. That makes sense to me.
Denims says all this as if she wasn't flown out to the event herself by Anissa so they can hang out and be gal pals. Did Denims donate any money to Creator Clash 2? Did she offer to pay for her own hotel room? Her silence
Well, she's such a humble person. I imagine if she did, she would never tell us, guys, because she's a good person.
on that must mean something.
Our silence means something.
Every time Ethan brings up Denims being flown out to Tampa, she shifts the conversation.
But to be honest, two massive galas flying out a bunch of dipshit, flying out Denims?
What was I saying? Someone sent me this fucking post.
I'm sure those
She's not going to like respond and be like, that didn't happen? I don't understand.
dying cancer kids who did not get any charity money would have loved to see Denims at the red carpet gala. Around the same time, Ethan would invite Ian and Anissa's former boxing coach and his wife on their podcast. Mike and Kate revealed a ton of embarrassing shit about the Jomhas, though Denims would automatically write it off as fanfic. She never watches the full episode, and instead reads summaries and watches random clips in the Snark subreddit.
Dude, I watched like a little bit of this podcast, just a tiny bit, and I literally had to close it because I was like, this is weird. Like, this is weird. Like, this is really weird.
She gets super
was weird.
pissed at Mike and Kate for revealing embarrassing details about the Jomha's sex lives, referring to the former as a douchebag.
And it doesn't help that, like, the boxing coach is being, like, a huge, like, douchebag the whole time, for lack of better words. And then his wife,
Doesn't help at all.
I think, is just, like, laughing the whole time. And it feels very high school drama-y.
Girls do be laughing sometimes.
Anissa told us that Ian had a girlfriend, but he never had sex with her, and that she was a single mom.
So he lied. What?
Damn, a single mom. That's desperate.
What? Yeah, and that. That's like he couldn't get anybody.
I heard
like,
this.
So like this.
He was dating a single mom?
Let's be real. The only people who date single moms are either desperate or they're like really well put together. Those are the only two types of people who date single moms. Or they're just as much of a mess. Or they're single dads. Those are the only two types of people. Just to be clear. All right?
Well, she was
wow, this is horrible.
sort of MILF at rock climbing or something.
Yeah.
This was the guy telling us to act our age because we posed for a photo and did this.
Yeah, because this is actually funny. The guy that mocks his old fans for being basement-dwelling losers turned out to be a basement-dwelling loser himself. One that didn't lose his virginity until he was 26. Ethan only decided to start spreading this info after Ian unironically found the human skulls thing to be funny.
One last question. Did you send the skulls? What is your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls.
I have a question for iDubbbz. Do you masturbate, or do you ever have sex with your wife? I'm just curious about that. It's my curious question.
I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that.
Oh yeah, death threats are really humorous. But don't make fun of his lunatic wife, because this guy will start bawling his eyes out. Or he'll just shit himself.
I just want to ask him if people.
I'm just curious if like he actually has a sex drive, or if it's just that like his wife doesn't fuck him. Like if they don't have sex because he doesn't have a sex drive, or is it because his wife just thinks he's disgusting, doesn't want anything to do with him, or maybe the fact that his wife wouldn't fuck him made him like not have a sex drive. You know what I mean? Like he got so used to it.
Always been shitting your pants.
Damn.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like an IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Always do be shitting. Boys do be shitting, dude.
During her brief coverage of Ethan's interview with Mike and Kate, she would call them out for spreading unverified gossip.
Dude, what is
Mike and Kate +8, baby.
happening on the what
Ever talked to iDubbbz? Yeah, probably. I wouldn't even be a drama gooner about it, but he wouldn't talk to me.
happening on the H3 podcast where they're just writing fanfic? I like how half of these are just writing cuck fanfic. Like
Ooh.
it's just
Cucky boy.
fanfic. And then the other half is things that I guarantee you are totally normal when you put them in context.
Like
now,
what?
there is a decent point to be
Like your kid getting Giardia, which is totally normal, but you decided to take out of context?
made that no evidence was provided for a lot of their claims, though most assume they're being truthful since Ian and Anissa have never responded to any of this. Coincidentally, the couple decided to announce a road trip, and no statement has been made by them in over 2 months. And according
Yeah, well, so I don't know if people know this, but like iDubbbz has been trying to sell his house, and then you could actually verify this in like Zillow. They can't sell their house, and so they keep dropping the price significantly because they're like just fucking nobody wants that piece of dog shit. So they're taking a big loss. They're trying to move somewhere cheaper, I'm assuming, because they can't afford anything anymore because he's fallen off completely, and Anissa's burned through all of his money. And they really have nothing left, so they're just desperately trying to move to like a cheaper area. That's it.
according to Ian's own logic,
our silence means something.
And this is actually a point from her I've decided to look into further, as Denims has recently given her take on the T-dating advice app. Last month, the app was easily hacked by 4chan, since their backend database was completely unsecure. It didn't even have a password or any sort of data encryption. This led to many of the users getting doxxed, though many were unsympathetic due to the behavior of the women on there. The original purpose of the app was for women to be able to verify if their match on a dating app had any sort of criminal record. The problem is that most women weren't there to post that information. They would instead anonymously post unverified gossip on the men they previously dated, typically posting their personal information as well. Men were not allowed to join the app, and couldn't be notified.
Sounds sexist, guys.
Of their information being posted. Denims.
I don't know, man. I feel like if you have a bunch of crazy exes, you're probably just as crazy. Why do you think you're attracting them?
Attempts to both sides this issue, but inadvertently sides with the women by downplaying their actions as simple, normal gossip.
Nah, it's weird as fuck, man. And you really shouldn't be able to. No group of people should be allowed to go somewhere else like that and like gossip on another person. You know, like for instance, I'm against snark Reddits as well. It's a similar thing. It's just very strange. You know, and it could lead to some weird shit getting out there. Oh, that's not even true. Like unverified fucking pushing of like information. It's crazy.
Might be a massive shock, but the app was hacked. The T app has been hacked,
shit.
And all user information was leaked. There was all fat, ugly, middle-aged women. So
that's terrible.
It's a bunch of fat, ugly, middle-aged women that hate men because obviously they're not.
So then why do you care? Why does anyone?
Well, this is the thing, is that like a lot of them were probably like, this is the thing. You know, listen, here's my thing. Ladies, this is how it goes. There's a lot of these ladies probably were talking to a lot of guys. You'd be like, oh, well, they're, fat or whatever. They're probably talking to a lot of dudes. And those dudes would hang out with them and be like, oh, you're so pretty, blah, 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 blah. And then they'd have sex with them and then they would ghost them and disappear. And these women were like, oh my God, they're terrible. What it was is that they got fuckboyed. You know what I mean? That's what it was.
Anyone care?
They got fuckboyed hard because they were easy to manipulate, It's unfortunate stuff.
If it's all fat, ugly women, which I'm not even going to unpack that right now, then why do you care? They're removing themselves from the dating pool.
I don't know what that means. How does the T app remove themselves from the dating pool?
You're just like mad that people are talking about not liking like men. Like, who gives a fuck? Oh my God. This is so beyond like anything I could have imagined. Okay.
Nothing is inherently wrong with gossip. The issue is doing it anonymously to where you can't face the consequences if you defame someone. Denims does not understand this point, and instead compares it to YouTubers spreading gossip.
Let's talk about the T app and whether it's legal. If you don't know what the T app, it's like an app version of the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook group. Basically, it's a platform for women to anonymously gossip, post pictures, ask information about men. Although men are the subject and they are what's being talked about, it doesn't let men join. It also has screenshot blocking, which aims to make it so that men can't know that they're being talked about. And you can even set up alerts for guys' names, and it gives you a notification when that person is being talked about.
That's pretty crazy.
Okay.
My major problem with caring about this is like, dog, it's human nature to gossip. Gossiping, and there are lots of like dude bros that be like, I've never gossiped in my life. Dude, every single drama channel on YouTube that capitalizes on the red text, Pirate Software's face, he's done. Every single one of those is men, okay? All of those drama channels are run by men. Guess what? Men gossip just like women do, okay? It is.
Sure, true, but it's like fucking very strange that they'd have no access to it. It's just uncomfortable. Why would they like at least let people go on there and be able to defend themselves if they need to?
It is human nature. We're social creatures. We like to gossip.
The thing is, if you defame Pirate Software, and he somehow has evidence against you, you would face public consequences.
Well, it's also just like this, how the sphere, like that's just a weird thing to do. It's just a strange sphere. Like you're gonna say a bunch of shit about somebody. They don't really have the opportunity to really see what's being said about them and see like what's getting spread. So they can't even necessarily defend themselves.
And also, Pirate Software is a public figure. These men being talked about on the T app are just random people. If women want to gossip about that person in a private Facebook group, that's fine. The issue is doing it publicly in a way where the person can't fight back. At least when it comes to YouTubers, they can fight back. They can respond and show receipts. Ian and Anissa can respond to Mike and Kate anytime they want. They probably won't, but they have the option. Denims is using whataboutism to deflect the actual issues with the app. She's making it comparable to public figures talking about public figures, as if that's remotely close to what these women are doing.
Men love to gossip. Your Honor.
Men do be loving to gossip.
Exhibit B. Men love to gossip. Your Honor.
Oh my God.
Exhibit C. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. This idea that like only women like to gossip is just like, it's so...
Yeah, I don't think that's the contention there, girly pop. Girly pop.
Embarrassing, dude. It's so embarrassing.
So embarrassing, guy. Guy, it's so embarrassing. It's Zuby embarrassing.
Making videos is not gossiping. Yeah, that's why you look at what the video titles are and the video thumbnails are, and then you judge based on that. And when the video thumbnails are all AI, Photoshop, people like soying or whatever, and then AI, sorry, not AI, and then the title is like life ruined, and the entire video is about some nonsense, That's gossiping.
Yes, Denims, men gossip too, but they're not getting their own app, but they get to post pictures of women and spread unverified information. Her logic is that gossip is okay when a group she likes.
Well, her logic is just like, who cares? Like, this is a more left-leaning point because it's pro-woman, blindly pro-woman, and so she's gonna have that. That's literally it. There's nothing there. There's no real take there from her.
Do it. But when the
like, it's weird. It's just like a weird terminally online thing to do. It's not just gossip. It's like weird like the gossip's just like weirdly. It's just fucking strange, dude.
Gossip is against her friends. It's bad. This is essentially how she justifies using snark subreddits and ban Empanada clips to go after Ethan. Going back to the CPS situation, Ethan had publicly discussed the possibility of suing her for defamation, claiming that she knowingly spread lies about him neglecting his kids.
If you guys have any other clips of Denims saying that our kids, anything about our kids in the dog thing, I would love if you guys can compile that for me.
Okay.
Just in general, if there's anyone in the audience, because I don't want to miss anything. So if you know of any, or if you want to help us look, you can send it to us, on Discord, Dan?
Or throw it up on the Reddit.
I mean, if you throw it up on the Reddit or something.
Reddit, okay.
Yeah.
This was clearly at the back of Denim's mind for months, so much so that she spent parts of her vacation setting up her own defamation lawsuit against Ethan.
So yesterday, I got
yeah, for fucking ChatGPT or whatever.
The website, ethanklineblied.com. Unfortunately, because I was in Texas trying to juggle this, trying to juggle talking to other people in Texas, vacationing, workationing, haven't finalized all of the details here.
You know, most normal people wouldn't focus on work-related stuff on their girls' trip. But seeing that she was doing it for Nisa Jomha...
I mean, what is she taking a vacation from?
makes me understand why she'd rather be dealing with legal bullshit. On May 8th, she publicly announced her intent to sue Ethan for defaming her regarding the CPS situation, writing, "Ethan Klein, retract, or you may want to replace your lawyer who can't do shit." Despite publicly acknowledging that I have never endorsed, and even denounced, calling CPS on Ethan, he has continued to spread this malicious lie. Now Denims, in her letter, claims Ethan knowingly lied about her being responsible for the call, even though he's never claimed that. Instead, he said that she's partially responsible for the narrative that led to the CPS call. She does not provide any evidence of Ethan saying she made the call or endorsed it. Ethan has instead claimed that she endorsed people in her chat saying the CPS should be called.
Because, as you can see in the chat, and Denims endorses this clearly, as you can see, she's not moderating this at all. And it's pretty much 100% of the comments saying call CPS on them. Their kids.
Yeah, she's like fucking dog whistling that people should call CPS. Because it's all part of the fun to them. And I think that, I think really what it came down to it, I think it's one of those things where they thought it was just going to become like drama. They didn't think Ethan was actually going to do something about it. They thought that it was just going to stay drama, and they could just keep talking about it however they wanted to, and they could have like a silly little fun. That's pretty much it. And then they realized, like, oh shit, Ethan's going to take it a step further and justifiably sue. And now they're freaking out because they didn't expect it to go there. They expected it to just go back and forth because people got too comfortable saying like weirdly defamatory shit about each other. And like maliciously engaging with other creators.
Kid should be taken away. That she believes that it's justified to break up our family. This disgusting fucking human being.
Denims isn't able to cite any actual damages, which is key for her case. So she instead claims the damages are defamation per se. This is where the statement is so inherently harmful to a person's reputation that the damages are just presumed. Though her case is so incredibly weak that she was begging her chat to find proof of
what a reputation does she have?
harassment campaign against her. This gets so absurd that she was claiming random shitters in her chats were not only proof of harassment, but full-blown threats as well.
And you really do have to love the people that come in, the H3 fans. This is how you know you're on the winning side. Ethan will eat you alive. You don't have the money or intelligence to go anywhere with this. You know you're proving that he is put a harassment campaign against you.
It's driving me crazy.
When you type
why, like you think that he's harassing you for being poor and really stupid?
Things like this, you're making it harder for him to win the lawsuit.
Why?
You're like actually like an idiot. Like threatening.
Damn, you're that upset that you need to make up that lie? That's crazy.
People who pursue a lawsuit against your guy, and every further post you make, it doesn't benefit him. I'm just telling you, like, this isn't beneficial for him.
This is her Grok legal analysis at the work, guys.
It's only beneficial for me when you type things like this, whether it's in Reddit, on Reddit, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Instagram.
Again, she'll ban that person, but not anyone wanting CPS to be called, which, under her own logic, is tapping the glass. Denims also victimizes herself by bringing up how rich Ethan is, making it seem like this impossible battle she has to overcome.
At this point, I think the people who I care about know that Ethan Klein is a prolific liar.
Oh my god.
But I think it is unbelievably insane and cruel that no one can really stand up to Ethan because he has so much more money than everybody else, and that there are no consequences.
Isn't Hassan also rich? Fuck, I'm gonna die.
For him.
She says this as if she wasn't cum guzzling one of the richest streamers in the world. You're not exactly an underdog, Denims, though.
Well, I mean, they all do this like cosplay where they're like all poor. They do this cosplay where they're all like the lowest class, and they all get their fucking they all like to cosplay as like the average American who is like really disenfranchised and poor and this and that, but they're all like fucking lazy shit fucking like upper middle class to super upper class like slop tubers. That's all it is. And like to pretend that they're just getting fucking like violently bullied.
So, since Hasan didn't bother to financially support her legal battle, many questioned how she'd get the money.
This does not end well for you, ... You got to spare a couple of hundreds of thousands for legal fees. This isn't the W you think it is. To which I will say, you know you're on the winning side when you say, okay, he might be right, but financially he will destroy you, so back off. I'm aware that Ethan Klein has made millions of dollars off of selling Pootie Tang core merch. And I'm aware that he uses his money to threaten other people legally. I'm aware that he's currently doing it to Noah Samson right now.
Oh yeah, Ethan is currently trying to sue Noah Samson for defamation. I did not end up making a video on this because, to be honest, Noah is just super fucking boring. This guy is like the human equivalent.
That's kind of true.
Equivalent of stale potato chips. Ethan and Mudahar of Some Ordinary Gamers claim Noah defamed them for saying they both support genocide. I don't know how this case will go, mainly because there's an argument to be made that Noah was expressing an opinion, though at the same time, I don't have any sympathy for Noah, who is—
Well, they can make a strong opinion that he has legitimate like anti-Semitic behaviors, because again, and this is like this was always the one that stuck out the most to me when I was watching those, like all of the videos that were the source of Ethan suing. He said some like weird shit about how like, hey guys, I know that on the street content is not an accurate indicator of a particular group, but for Israeli people it's just different, because he was showing people going around like interviewing like right-wing Israeli like extremists, and he's like, this represents all of Israel. That's what he was doing. So there's an argument to be made there, at least some kind of malicious argument.
Years knowingly defaming people and only apologizing when he gets a shit ton of backlash from his own audience.
But this Chud Logic guy, I called him a pedophile for, I think, more tangible reasons. He was
because he was talking to an 18-year-old girl.
Horny texting an 18-year-old fan of his,
and that's basically pedophilia, guys,
in his Discord.
So yeah, I do want to unequivocally retract that he's a pedophile, that I called him a pedophile. I shouldn't have done that, and I'm sorry to Chud Logic for doing that. I got some feedback from CSA survivors about how we shouldn't throw that word around without evidence, because it cheapens the word's meaning, and I think that makes perfect.
Wow, hey, it makes perfect sense. You shouldn't throw around these like intense words, because then since you're not using them accurately, it actually cheapens it. Wow,
perfect sense. I've always loved internet humor like this, you know, extreme hyperbolic insults.
I don't care if
calling someone a pedophile and actually justifying it. What? It's not really a joke, is it?
Ethan wins. I need Noah Samson to lose. Though speaking of expressing an opinion, one of the claims that Denims considers defamatory is Ethan calling her a nasty, pathetic, lying bitch. Hey, dumbass.
Whoa.
Someone insulting you like that is
She do be that. She do be that.
Speech. This is like suing someone because they called you a poopy head. Now, in order to raise the money, Denims created a GoFundMe that ended up drawing a lot of mockery. She asked for $150,000, not even reaching a third of that goal. Also, a lot of her donors were leaving comments like, Free Palestine, basically trying to virtue signal. I guess in their mind, donating to some retard Twitch streamer is better for the world than just giving them money to starving Gazans.
You're making me sad.
Their justification is that taking down Ethan is helping the cause, as if taking away money from Ethan will automatically stop a decades-long conflict in the Middle East.
I can care about multiple.
Well, the argument that they want to push is that like, Ethan's existence is somehow some kind of active advocation towards supporting Israel, when it's like not. It's just not that. And what's funny is that like you would keep Ethan out of the conversation largely if you would just stop talking about him and harassing him, so that they don't really believe this, because then Ethan would be effectively pretty much done with any type of outside politics. Because he's American first, so he would probably continue to talk about Trump and stuff every once in a while, but he would probably very rarely talk about what was going on in Gaza. And if he would, it would be mostly in the favor of Gaza, like of the times that was going on. Like he would talk very little about world politics, and he would never have a reason to ever justify anything from Israel. And the only thing Ethan justifies from Israel is his existence, not Netanyahu. He calls him a war criminal, and I guarantee you he believes it. And so if these people would stop harassing him, he would stop talking about anything that would be considered pro-Israeli. He would be like, yeah, this is disgusting, what's going on over here, Netanyahu's a war criminal. That would be the anytime he did talk about it, that would be the majority of his conversation. But since they keep harassing him and calling him like a fucking, you know, dangerous freak all the time, like the only thing he could really respond with is that. That's literally it.
Multiple things at the same time. And if you care about Palestinians and Palestinian coverage, maybe you would care about the fact that Ethan Klein uses his power, that he uses his audience specifically to push a narrative that a bunch of streamers on Twitch are anti-Semitic and gets them banned for 30 days. People who have used their platform to fund, as Ethan ever used his platform to fundraise for Palestine?
Ethan literally has. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, Ethan Klein, thank you for the dono. Ethan Klein gave $6,500. My goat. Thank you, Ethan.
Guys, he could have given more, you know.
Also, I don't think banning Frogan and a couple of other irrelevant streamers is going to hurt the total donations to Gaza, when these people can't even raise enough money for rent. So
I will say it's kind of funny, though, that these people are begging for money for their legal shit instead of advocating for Gaza, you know?
it's always funny when these people morally grandstand and pretend to be selfless, when they're clearly in it for themselves.
So, you know, 150,000, just a, you know, meager 150,000. Free Palestine by donating to me to sue Ethan Klein.
Denims would heavily publicize this GoFundMe, and had a refund policy in place. She says this is in case Ethan retracts his claims, but in my opinion, it's so she doesn't get accused of scamming her fans like Keffels.
If he's willing to admit that he made defamatory statements and issue a retraction, of course, again, I would be happy to refund every single person who's donated. Otherwise, I will be suing. And if you would like to help donate to this legal fund, considering that he doesn't have enough lawyers.
What happened?
The website is ethankleinlied.com.
Many would mock this for being a clear money grab, including the legendary prankster Joey Salads.
What's up? Joey Salads.
What's up, guys? I'm Joey Salads, and today I'm going to be doing a social
legendary fucking loser, Joey Salads.
experiment.
Denims and her fans would mock him for drinking his own piss, which, I'll give it to them,
He do be drinking piss, though.
is a clever comeback. But you know who else
Well, he drank his own piss, so it's not really a comeback.
consumed Joey's piss? Denim's new pal, iDubbbz.
Whoa.
Cheers.
Why is this not letting me go up?
Say something to somebody. Vomit on me, please. It's a little bit of vomit. It's part of it. Muscle tough. Muscle fucking tough.
So, not as hard-hitting of an insult as you'd think. Ethan would quickly
I don't understand.
send over a response letter, basically pulling out an Uno reverse card. He points to the multiple occasions of her lying about him, and tears her apart for removing some of the evidence, as previously mentioned.
Because if you're destroying evidence, basically what that means is that we get to infer the worst from it, and that's like legal. So if she's destroying evidence, then we can assume that like whatever we want to say bad was what she's destroying.
Now, Denims did not.
That makes sense. Yeah, if you feel the need to destroy evidence, then that means that whatever claim, even if it's exaggerated, is valid because you feel the need to destroy evidence. So it must be like you wouldn't do that unless you thought it was like, you know, unless what they're saying was true, right? Yeah, okay.
Pull out her own Uno reverse card. She instead pulled out the misogyny card. Instead of explaining why she unlisted that VOD, she accuses her opponents of being sexist.
I think they said that you deleted a certain VOD. Is that true? I have the VOD. I don't.
What? So why would you delete it though?
This is what I mean when I say people like underestimate you all the time. If they think that you're stupid for whatever reason, whether they think you're stupid because misogyny or whatever, it doesn't really matter the reason. You think I would save this shit, dude? If you've been a content creator for longer than like a year, you know to archive everything. Because Twitch...
What? You just download it and put it somewhere. It's not even, if you've been a content creator for longer than a year, it took you a year to figure that out?
deletes their old VODs. Twitch automatic, I think it's like a month back, I think is what they're changing it to. But it might have been 3 months back at the time.
She took it down before they deleted it.
That they automatically delete everything.
Yeah, but you were the one to remove it, not Twitch. I verified this myself back in April, and the March 1st VOD was removed. The ones
he verified it himself, dude.
February 23rd and the 28th were still there. Ethan also claims the March 7th VOD was removed as well. On May 14th, she'd announced the end of her GoFundMe. 1 week, 1,692 donations, and $46,000 later, I'm refunding the GoFundMe. If/when I go forward as a plaintiff...
Yeah, I remember one of the complaints was that GoFundMe asked her if she wanted to redirect some of that money to something else. And everybody was like giving them shit like, oh, how could you do that? Like, I don't know, they're a fucking business. And like, also, like, if you have an idea of what to redirect it to, go for it. Maybe she should have redirected it towards fucking Gaza. Maybe she should have changed it to like, hey guys, I'm going to change it to money for Gaza. Like, wouldn't that have made sense?
I will be self-funded. Thank you everyone for proving Ethan wrong. His behavior is unacceptable, and people do care.
Whatever,
she barely tried here, folks. She couldn't even manage this shit for a full week. Denims claims that she's still gonna take Ethan to court, but with her own money. I don't know where the fuck she'll get it, unless Hassan is going to act as her sugar daddy, or she secretly made bank off Save the Kids token. Her reasoning for stopping the GoFundMe was because she got super fucking peeved that people were saying she'd pocket the money. Honestly, I wouldn't care if she did. The people that would be fucked over are Denims fans. They waste money on her all the time. There are legit people out there using their parents' credit card to buy Denims OnlyFans. Imagine getting off to this and thinking you're
I thought she like, it was a joke that she had an OnlyFans. She really have one?
Normal, functioning member of society. What the fuck would Denims even spend the money on? Another push-up bra? At least Keffel spent her money on streaming gear and cocaine. That's
whoa, dude, you're really plugging for Keffels here. Are you asking for her to come back?
metal as fuck. Denims claims that she might pursue the lawsuit in the near future, and that this was merely an attempt to give Ethan a chance to retract.
The TLDR here.
Where's Tipster? Tipster, are you in here?
if people are still confused. Because it is possible that this statute applies, because it is possible, it means that I can't sue him when I want to on my timeline unless I first issue this retraction letter.
Recently,
I must issue this retraction letter in order to be able to sue him in the future. If I don't do that, I can't sue him in the future. If I wait like 6 months to prepare finances
I know you're here, Tipster. Come on. Where's Keffels? Tell her to come back, dude.
prepare that legal battle, and the courts say, oh, but you didn't issue this retraction demand in a timely fashion, so your lawsuit means nothing. Do you guys understand?
Caleb Hammer said that I should offer a service to content creators who are in controversy to help them come back. Do you guys think I could help Keffels come back? You think I could do it? Keffels, give me some of that money you stole. I don't remember what it was. And I'll help you come back, all right?
This, to me, is just cope. And I think she's trying to find a way to cancel her legal pursuits without completely embarrassing herself. Though she still is making a complete fool of herself. She's trying to treat this faulty GoFundMe as a success, despite not even making it to a third of her goal. How does any of this prove Ethan wrong? You might as well just bend over and let him kick you in the ass.
Whoa, dude, you're getting a little horny here. I'm the gooner, right?
Jake Doolittle did a better job at raising money.
Damn, Jacob. Where's he been? Does he still make content?
Only a month later, Ethan would issue his own lawsuit against not only Denims, but Frogan and Caseytron as well. This isn't for defamation, but instead copyright infringement. All three had reacted to the
Jacob Dookie Little. Let's see if he's still be making content. I'm kind of curious about it. Damn, 3 weeks ago. Damn. That's crazy. He got fucked up, dude. Holy shit. He went after Ethan Klein, right? And it just didn't work out? Or what was it? Was it Ethan Klein? Or was there something else? I think it was. And then he made a video called Addressing Everything. Jesus Christ. That's fucking crazy. What the hell is this?
I just can't.
They are relationship
I just can't get enough of.
Alright, enough of you. You're a weirdo. What the fuck?
The entirety of the Hassan content Nuke in a malicious manner, not knowing Ethan had copyrighted it, and registered it with the United States Library of Congress. It's kind of a baller move. I know we'll get accused of bootlicking him, but he laid out the spikes on the road, knowing various React streamers would lazily react to his video. However, he's specifically suing these three because of their intent. They watched the content Nuke.
He told me he was like, I was gonna sue everybody, but like, I love you so much, Papa God, that I just went after the ones that were malicious. You know, it's true.
Sole intention to siphon views from Ethan.
Well, guys.
Oh, yeah, he was whining about people not donating to his charity. I forgot about that. Holy fuck, he really fucked himself over there. I know behind the scenes there's... he tried to stick around, but it didn't work out for him.
If you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video...
I think he... Oh, yeah, he said that. He said, like, he was messaging a bunch of different fucking creators... and trying to get them to do ABCDXYZ, and it just didn't work out for him, and he was getting upset about it.
Throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
And that's not the only occurrence of Denims admitting that.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the Nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. I'll probably like grab some food or something, because honestly, sure, why not, right? Fucking why not? I've waited long enough, dude. Fuck it, dude. Long stream today. Why not? I was changing my title.
Both Frogan and Caseytron made similar statements, pretty much stating that they wanted to act as a market substitute for the original video. Caseytron's is definitely the most blatant case of copyright infringement, so stay tuned for next month, where I tear apart her entire career in an hour or less.
No! Damn, she must not have a lot going on if it's only going to be an hour.
All you need to know is that she spent her entire stream stoned out of her mind.
There's 15 minutes, 40 seconds of commentary versus 18.
Damn, man. I remember when, I said this already, but she had like a TikTok live and she was like talking to people, and I joined the TikTok live, and then she almost immediately got off. It was fucking crazy. And when I say that, I mean she came super hard, you know?
Minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
Frogan...
What a fucking idiot.
Has pretty much been the only one of the trio to keep quiet. The other two keep yapping on and on about the legal case, despite knowing they shouldn't.
I am not going to litigate this case on the internet. I'm going to litigate this case in a court of law. Whoa. Okay? I am.
Denims avoids making direct responses to certain points, but does say a lot of retarded shit in relation to the ethics of reaction content. She crafts an argument that it's okay to steal content from news channels because they already make enough money and shouldn't care.
Hassan had the audacity.
I do have a video on Jake. That's true. I just forgot everything I say. You know what I'm saying?
To stream for 8 hours.
Extended periods of time.
And he had to pee. And he had the audacity to steal from small creators like Fox News, CBS, CNN, I'm just like, finally, somebody is...
I mean, nobody really cares if they do that to the CBS or whatever. It was when he would do it to fucking like actual like content creators like JXE.
Exposing this bad behavior at long last.
In order to continue justifying this, she sets up a scenario to explain the rationale behind stealing from the wealthy. She forgets that she's not conducting...
She forgets that she's like fucking upper middle class.
one of her breadtube lectures about why capitalism
She fucking streams 4 hours a day, and like 2 of that is just watching other people. Well, it's just having other people's content on the stream without her reacting. And then she comes on to fucking like shit herself. I mean, even if she doesn't make a soap... Like, she makes enough money to live doing almost nothing. I wonder if she's online right now. We could take a look at this. All right, after 7 hours of ads, we finally got to her stream, and here it is. It's 3.5 hours long. All right.
As the head of the household.
We're at 16 minutes. We're at 16 minutes, and she's just has somebody else watching it on her intro screen. Skip around to it. Oh, still doing it at a half hour. Skip to an hour. She's still not on her stream. It's an hour and 20 minutes. Oh, she's on her stream now. All right, wait. So let's see. 115, hour and 17, hour 19. Oh, there you go. So she gets on after about an hour and 20 minutes of just playing other people's content. She finally gets online. Here she is. And she's just still sitting there chatting with the chat.
As soon as Sue Storm starts speaking, I'm like, I already know the next like 10.
Wow.
All right.
This is incredible.
Enough of this.
She spent about 20 minutes on that.
Shall we get on to our...
Yeah, what do you got for us?
Can we just cover this Hassan thing so we can get out of the way?
We'll cover Hassan. Here's the Hassan thing. We're doing some Hassan.
That your parents...
Wow.
Give
crazy.
What smoothies are supposed to be. Because there should not be meat in there, as that is definitionally no longer a smoothie. It is hospital food for a terminally ill hyena. Now, like her brother, Casey also has...
I don't care what anyone says. You're not supposed to put eggs or any meat in a smoothie.
All right, I got to turn that off before I channel Aaron Bushnell. Cool. Good stream. Thank you, Denims.
Bad. And is instead morally justifying theft after being accused of stealing.
If you check your bank account and like Chase accidentally refunded you an extra $50, you might look at that and be like they were supposed to refund you for some charge or something, and then they accidentally gave you another $50. And you see that and you're like, I didn't see anything. Oh. Listen, they can...
I'm assuming that they're going to correct that mistake, though, so...
Correct it. They can find it themselves. They can correct it.
Okay.
I don't really care that much, all right?
Gotcha.
I don't really care that much. If some...
Wow, you're so woke. Thank you.
Old lady on the street is like, hey, do you have change for...
You push her over. Push her over. Tell her that she's already getting too much money in her Social Security, that she had an easy life and she still somehow failed. All right, that these boomers have ruined the economy, and you push her over, and you fucking, and that is called doing the right thing, because you get her off the dependency of a system that she greatly benefited from, that just puts that on to the pay it later to the young people. Those lazy pieces of shit fucking boomers. I bought a house for $7, and now it's worth $500,000. Please fund my Social Security, and cut it for other people though. We should be the last ones. I'm going to vote really poorly. What the fuck are you doing?
$10 bill. Nobody carries cash.
I'm just kidding. Obviously don't kill grandmas, okay? Stop.
But like, do you have change for a $10 bill? I just need to pay the meter. And she hands you a $50 bill instead of a $10 bill and says, oh, times are so tough right
now. You have change for the meter and she gives you a $50 bill? Dude, nobody's walking around with $50 bills that's fucking poor, okay? Poor people can't afford $50 bills. What are you talking about? Is walking around with $50 bills? Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about, dude?
Right now, but got to pay the meter.
What,
and you keep
what
the
meter
50.
are we referring to?
See how one of those feels morally worse? One of those feels like you're stealing from someone who does need it, or you're stealing from, I don't know, not a corporation. One of those feels worse. We're not talking about
is Ethan a fucking Walmart? Like, what's happening here?
Legality. It's theft regardless. We're talking about what is morally worse. That's why nobody gives a shit about stealing from corporations.
I think what's morally worse is like mid women that are like slightly conventionally attractive thinking that anybody cares about their political takes ever. What the fuck?
The problem here is that she should be spending her time forming a legal defense, instead of rambling on about how stealing money from corporations is cool and based. Your Honor, my client is a quirky socialist, and she stole that $2,000 purse from Gucci to stick it to capitalism. She would never steal a purse from a poor old woman. Great argument, Mr. Goodman. I deem that Denims is innocent to felony theft. Chatters then tell Denims how stupid this makes her look, so she clarifies that she knows this won't legally help her.
This won't hold up in court. Did you notice how I literally said this is not a legal argument?
Shit.
We're not talking about legality. We're talking about ethics. We're talking about morality.
Morality, yeah. That's what I've been saying.
I know, listening is hard. Critical thinking is hard. I explicitly just stated 5 seconds ago.
5 seconds ago.
We're not talking about legality. And by the way, neither was this guy who he was quoting.
Crazy.
Ethan did not bring up Lamino to make a legal argument. He was giving context behind ReactGate. He wants to bring up various moral arguments to explain why Denims and others are motivated to steal content, so we can then explain how it's legally wrong. Denims is mainly motivated by profit and pure laziness. We already know—
Same here, guys. Same here. And choo-choo trains.
that she'll play full videos during her hour-long waiting screen, and then justifies it by claiming these big companies shouldn't care. But Denims also has a history of doing so-called watch parties, which he has used to justify streaming entire TV show episodes.
This should have been very evident from like the amount of people that wanted to watch like Death Note on stream, or the amount of people that want to watch like MasterChef or Hell's Kitchen on stream. Like, it stops being one person making content, like a person making react content, and it starts being like a bunch of people watching something together as like friends almost.
Well, that's not just because I know it doesn't matter. It's not almost. It's not quite that. Get together with your friends and watch shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Right? So like, even if like, there are times when I am streaming Hell's Kitchen and I don't even feel like I'm adding that much, but it's like about—
Well, what the fuck could you possibly add to Hell's Kitchen? That's not like a conversational reaction. Like, I would say that this is like a conversational reaction. What are you adding to fucking Hell's Kitchen? Whoa, a pizza pie! What are you gonna say? It doesn't make any sense.
out like the community watching, like in the same way that like watching a movie by yourself is almost always going to be less fun than watching it with other people.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Right,
now, watch parties aren't inherently bad, but the kind she's done before are flat out theft.
Wow. She do be watching.
Oh, this is a new one.
I guess she didn't know that.
Oh,
this is a new one.
That's true.
That's true. I like that.
Really got to make sure I'm giving a lot of commentary because Jay could be watching right now.
JXE could be watching me right now.
Okay?
Yes,
right now.
Yes, yes. Guys, we got to make sure we give a lot of commentary because what's the guy can? What the fuck is this guy's name? Rob. What the fuck? That just might. I was sorry. I just drew a blank. Rob could be watching right now. Hi, Rob. I guess Tipster's not watching because he didn't say anything to us. Lame.
I know.
Dude, it took me a second. I'm fucking burning out, dude. I'm burning out. This job is hard.
Such a Chad move.
In my defense, I am the only streamer in the entire world who does amazing #1 transformative react commentary while he plays video games on the hardest difficulty. Okay, you got to give me a little break. All right, you got to give me a little bit of a break here, guys. Come on.
Move to talk about Jay on a react content day. I know. No, look, I'm adding quality and content.
I'm editing. She doesn't even have her tits out. Like, what is she adding, dude? What the fuck?
This is what she considers a watch party, folks.
Ugh. Come on, dude. You can't fucking deprive your simp fans for what they want to see, you weirdo.
There are watch parties where the participants can add a lot of content to what they're viewing, but Denims does not fall into this category. She does this because she's a vapid cunt who has nothing unique to add to most of the content she watches. She doesn't see herself as a content creator. She sees herself as a conveyor of content.
The majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. You know, I'm sure if you click on a random part in the video, I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever. And I might walk away from the screen, but it's about like the communal thing. It's why like fucking Toast started streaming Death Note. It's not about the actual show at a certain point. It's like, oh, it's the same.
I'm pretty sure it's always about the show. It's always about the source commentary as well. I would say what separates something like Hell's Kitchen from like something like a YouTube video is more, it's just like a different community thing. There's no buy-in to make a YouTube video. There's buy-in to get your content on like a network, right? So there's two different things.
Same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people, right? A lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their react content almost as a curator.
Whoa.
So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos, and they probably never will go through YouTube and click a bunch of videos. They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch.
Now, what does this whole watch party argument have to do with a reaction to the content nuke? Well,
nothing really, because she said that she watched it maliciously, like a stinky little piggy.
Well, it's the fact that she marketed her reaction as a watch party.
Thank you. I'm your favorite alt-right content creator right now. I appreciate that.
Or did market it as such. She later retitled the stream, seeing that it's a bit incriminating.
If you want to watch it with someone
Wait,
else.
what did it used to be called? Ethan Klein. Oh,
Who's already
Ethan Klein Hassan content nuke watch. Is there something better? No. It's called a watch party. That's not even like a react. Like you're literally just saying you're gonna watch it.
Title the stream, seeing that it's a bit
What the hell is happening in this game?
If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere
else.
Now, some will argue that her stream is still transformative, since her reaction is twice as long as
I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's transformative. It matters if it's like meaningfully transformative, right?
The original video. This does not automatically mean it's transformative. As Ethan argues, she did not add enough substantive commentary for it to be deemed such. Denim's excuse is that the nuke isn't worth engaging with.
If I sat here and explained why he was wrong for like half of these things, we would be here for another 20 hours.
So, do that. Who cares?
I've gone in and tried to explain how he's incorrect on like 1 every 10 incorrect takes, because I'm trying to not spend the entire week here.
Well, why would it take you that long? What?
Ideally, I'd like to, you know, I want to play some Marvel Rivals games today, okay? I'm trying to get some Marvel
So just play Marvel Rivals while you react to his content. What the fuck?
Rivals games in. But it's just, it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. I don't even understand what to say about it besides, yeah, this is wrong because this. Another wrong take. Okay, well, I just paused it for 10 minutes. I feel bad pausing it again because surely there'll be something better.
It's your job. What? What are you talking about? It's your fucking job. What?
Better in here, right?
Yet, if she feels like she can't give enough input on the nuke because it's repetitive, then why continue watching it in the first place? I've watched her reaction, and a lot of it—
Well, it's like, it's so funny because if she just posted her reactions of things onto other platforms, then like, then she would like make more money too. She's just so lazy.
It's just Denims occasionally quipping about how bad it is, and slowly trying to get her own brain to work.
Yeah. What would you do if that party started gaining momentum?
The solution to that would always be education and offering more
re-education?
Re-education, certainly, yeah. There should be an enforcement mechanism, and in that enforcement mechanism, I think—
Guys, re-education is not oppression.
Like rehabilitation, which would include re-education as well.
If putting capitalists in re-education camps isn't disturbing enough, I started to notice that Hassan was carrying a lot of—
Capitalism bad, as I benefit from it. And don't really do anything meaningful to change anything, right?
First of all, where did he say that? Oh my god, where did he say that?
She does this laugh throughout the video in order to not fully engage with Ethan's points, and even mocks him for complying with fair use.
Isn't it weird that a lot of these clips are like 5 seconds short? Not 5 seconds long, 5 seconds short.
Denims also gets up to leave during the Countdown podcast, not pausing it at all.
Dude, you don't look at pictures of horses in your porn stash unless you're attracted to horses.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully—
Well, listen, Ethan, are they anthropomorphic? Is it hentai? Because then it's valid. You know what I'm saying, dude?
When I'm back, they're done with this.
Yeah, no, he might want to be the horse, absolutely, but he also wants to fuck the horse. He finds the horse sexy.
You have.
Is that based? Damn.
Mr.
She really do be just watching.
Worldwide?
Yeah,
oh my
you look
God,
better.
Yeah.
You do look better.
Mr. 305. I see it.
Dude, you should do this. I have an alternate suggestion that was sent to me that I'm actually a big fan of, to just do the inverse of you, actually.
And for those of you about to argue, this wasn't during your content nuke reaction, why are you showing this? Well, this Countdown stream was also copyrighted and registered with the Library of Congress, as revealed in Ethan's complaint to Denims. He just knew that these people would lazily watch it with their viewers, not adding much at all. I mean, she's clearly seen checking her phone during it. Denims.
Hey, listen, sometimes I check my phone too, because my wife and my fucking, like, they won't stop texting me. I take a quick look, you know what I mean? Gotta keep myself... gotta keep myself aware of the news, guys.
As usual, has been struggling to defend herself against a lawsuit, so she has once again been trying to label Ethan and his supporters as misogynists.
He's targeting women who have less money because A, it's easy to target people that have less money than you in lawsuits, but B, because he's trying to obtain a
Guys, you cannot punch down. It's fucked up, dude. Stop.
very particular audience, which he's successfully obtaining. An audience primarily of people who hate women.
All of them hate women, even though most of them aren't most of Ethan's audience women? Like, or is it 60% of his audience are girls? He does drama content. What the fuck are you talking about? Most of his audience is women.
Trying to argue that Ethan is going after her, Casey, and Frogan simply because they have a vagina, and not because they never bothered.
Whoa! Women don't have to have vaginas, Rob, okay? Stop being so fucking transphobic, dude. It's fucked up.
Learn fair use. Ethan was well aware that people like her would use this as a scapegoat, so he made it very clear why he's only suing these 3.
I think if you're a reactor on Twitch, for the most part, if you make a good faith effort to comment, and if you make a good faith effort to promote the author, to link to them, to try to drive traffic to the original video, I think you're probably pretty much doing the right thing, and that's fine. And I would never sue someone for that. Take it to these 3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. You know, and to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for copyright infringement, I just have this to say. I don't care.
What if we just started farting? Would that be kind of hot, or what?
When Denims fell for the bait, Ethan jokingly threatened to sue Sean the Black as well. He expectedly got called racist, though it was obvious Ethan would have never sued Sean, since nobody knows who the fuck he is. He's
okay. It's funny because we reacted to that too, and I was like, "This has." Even I was like, "I think this is like a joke," and it was. It was funny though. It was
like
silly.
the John Tyler of leftist streamers. Now, it's not lost on me that Ethan is partially motivated to.
Dude, Sean's one of the most popular of these guys. I think Sean's the only. Unironically, I think Sean the Black is the only one of these creators who actually tries to put content up. I think. How do you spell Sean? Sean the Black. Oh, it's what? Oh, S-E-A-N. Sorry, I spelled that wrong. I thought he would have. I didn't think he'd spell it the white way. I'm being silly.
The prison industrial complex.
Shut up. Oh, he hasn't posted in 7 days. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Well, Hassan reactor. Well, maybe did he just stop posting? I still don't understand why they don't pump out content. Pump out more content. What are you doing? It's all Ethan Klein content. Why only pump out Ethan Klein content? You guys pretend that you are these like big bad, like fucking leftists that are like, or whatever, that are like anti fucking right wing policies, and all you talk about is fucking Ethan Klein. It's insane.
Sue these 3 because they're critical of him, and have justified the harassment campaign. But I personally don't care about this because Ethan is setting strict guidelines for who he'll sue. He's going after those who are intent on stealing from him. Those who do it out of spite because Ethan is going after Master Hassan. Someone who doesn't actively hate Ethan isn't going to say out loud that they want to siphon views from him.
Even though theoretically I could sue a lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars, but the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Whoa. This is
because they don't care about what's true. They don't care about what's correct. They don't care about what's honest. They care about pushing their propaganda as hard as they can. And they're not going to listen to your arguments. They're not going to listen to your genuine criticisms.
So why don't you actually have any arguments or criticisms? All you do is fucking bitch about Ethan Klein. All day. All you do is bitch about Ethan Klein. That's the only thing that you want people to see, at least. Why don't you have more stuff for people to take a look at? There's nothing else there. She just complains about that. She doesn't have any content up that's about anything other than Ethan Klein. I don't understand it. It literally makes no fucking sense to me. Like, nobody, like, it's one of those things where if all you talk about is fucking Ethan and Hassan, then, like, why the fuck would anybody care about you in any way that would be considered impartial? I don't know. Wouldn't you, like, talk about other stuff? You want people to think that you're these fucking amazing, you know, left-leaning creators that care so much about people. What are you doing? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
There's no point in engaging in good faith with people who aren't good faith actors. There is no point in engaging in that way. You should respond to people the way that they respond to you. If they are dishonest liars to you, then you can make fun of them. When they become interested in good faith arguments, good faith criticisms, then you can engage in good faith criticisms back.
Now, there are genuine concerns about these lawsuits setting a bad precedence when it comes to online streaming.
Not really. I don't think anybody really gives a fuck.
However,
I think if anything, it sets a good precedent because Ethan is not suing the people that are doing, I would say, more transformative conversational reactions.
However, I personally don't care if it mainly affects Twitch and their enforcement of their own rules, as that system clearly needs to be fixed. What I mean is that there's tons of massive streamers who have been permanently banned over single incidents, yet many others get off almost scot-free after breaking the same rules time and time again.
Scott?
My favorite example is Strawberry Tabby, a booty streamer who's been banned 10 times over showing nudity.
Listen, Rob, you are really gooning hard today. You are a fucking gooner, dude. What the hell is going on here?
The longest she's ever been banned for is just a week. Yet on YouTube, she doesn't even try showing nudity, since they'd outright ban her after 3 such incidents. Now YouTube's
Jesus Christ. Alright, well now I understand, Rob.
3-strike system isn't perfect, as they've sometimes given creators 3 strikes in a single day. But inherently, it's much better than Twitch, who doesn't seem to have a strict limit on what gets you permabanned. This is why so many streamers on there have gotten away with flat-out copyright infringement. Caseytron has been banned before over watching the movie Total Recall on stream, yet got unbanned.
Why is Papa Gut riding for Ethan so hard? Oh shit, this guy's new. I don't think that he's ever seen a Papa Gut stream before. What is it that I'm riding hard for Ethan for? I don't think that this. I think that this live streamer, this live viewer, is just not super up to speed on like the Hassan Ethan lore. We have somebody that's terminally offline in the stream right now, guys.
After 2 days, and went right back to lazily watching other people's work. These people probably don't even think what they're doing is wrong, since they never get proper punishment for breaking Twitch's guidelines. If you agree with them
yeah, that makes sense.
Politically,
I think also when it comes to like copyright shit though, if they're too like strict on them, the guidelines, and they're expected to uphold a certain thing. You know what I mean? Like if they're willing to take down a certain video without the person reaching out, then it puts the onus on them. Is that a word? To do that consistently instead of just when somebody reaches out, you know?
Or if Dan Clancy finds you to be good wank-off material, you won't risk getting permabanned. This is inherently why people hate Hassan and his orbiters. These people get away with violation after violation, while others risk permabans over similar behavior. Here on YouTube, you can't even play more than 20 seconds of a movie without a copyright claim.
Damn, that's fucked up, dude. They should let us play all the movie on here.
Nor can you play more than 6 seconds of a song. These people will watch entire films, and some streamers like Morgpie will just play copyrighted music in the background.
Do I realize that Ethan's a Zionist? What is a Zionist? What the hell does that even mean? What?
Here on YouTube, if I call for Denims to be killed, I could risk this video getting taken down.
Whoa, don't do that, dude. Do not do that, please. I'm not making a joke or anything. Okay, guys, stop. YouTube, don't ban me.
Twitch, they get away with calling for violence. Despite these creators getting special treatment and being protected by a massive corporation, they cry like a bitch when they get hate online. And it's funny too, since these are all wannabe socialists, who rely on one of the biggest beacons of capitalism to stay afloat in the sphere of content creation. I'm not gonna cry a fucking river when Twitch streamers start having to face the consequences of their actions. Denims, get fucked. Frogan, get fucked.
Dude, stop, you're being too horny. Rob, stop!
Get fucked. If you're just a regular streamer who obeys the rules, I don't have an issue with you. I have an issue with these airheaded homunculoids, who constantly break the rules and whine when—
What is a homunculoid?
Others do even less. Embarrassingly, Denims has had to start up another GoFundMe, which still hasn't surpassed a third of its goal. In fact,
still a lot of money.
It hasn't even surpassed the amount of money she made last time.
39K.
And it's been over a month. Even more humiliating than that is the comments, with H3 fans gifting money so they can go right back into Ethan's pockets. So happy to donate to this pro-terrorist Twitch streamer. I'm glad it's going to a good cause, aka Ethan's pockets when he drags you in court. I gave you more than your Habibi Hassan, who is too busy saying how rich he is at the FaZe party. How dare you beg for money when there's a genocide going on? Have some grace. Though at least the comments aren't as brutal as the ones on the Frogan GoFundMe. Here is $5 for Ethan. Don't eat it. You are already very fat.
Like you are
Jesus Christ, that's not nice.
Fat, go walk around. Stop eating so much food. It's like
Denims has also tried conducting more OnlyFans photo shoots to raise money, doing this one while posing with the lawsuit. I know she's trying to make fun of Ethan for putting this photo in the letter, but it's even more ridiculous that she's posing with it to arouse her Gooner fanbase. She's trying to pass this off as bait, pretending like she literally isn't the butt of the joke.
I wanted to make an easy block list for anyone who wanted to go ahead and block a bunch of, absolute morons. So if you would like an easy block list, this tweet, I left replies open, 1.5K replies, easy block list. The number of replies in here that say skank, whore, OnlyFans, etc. I think we all know, Ethan, the audience that you are trying to obtain.
Damn.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Women? What is the audience? Racists or something?
Yeah, have I made fun of Denims for doing adult content yet in this video? Skank, whore, OnlyFans slut. At this point,
why are you doing this, Rob?
Adult content yet in this video? Skank, whore, OnlyFans slut.
That's it? Dude, that's not even worth buying.
At this point, I don't care if she calls me sexist for that. People like her will twist anything to make me seem sexist.
Rob, dude, you sound like a fucking horny gooner in this video. I'm just letting you know that's how you're coming off right now.
Regardless. And it's usually projection anyways, because her fans are the ones treating her like a sexual object. Her fans are the ones winking it to the cleavage pics. She knows she can easily farm sympathy from the haters and make them all sound unhinged without showing direct evidence.
But it's also in my YouTube comments, in his YouTube comments, in my Twitch chat, and in my Instagram comments. Probably thousands at this point of comments that are anywhere from whore to probably the worst would be like a rape threat.
And then it turns out that all those rape threats were coming from Tectone's father, would be the twist of the century. Part of the reason why—
Is that true?
Denims is so defensive is
crazy if true.
because of her long history of posting degenerate gooner shit. This is a bit of a tangent, but it's really funny to me. Denims would horny post on Twitter under the guise of making really unfunny jokes. If it was just a few times, I wouldn't care.
I'm assuming she's trying to drive engagement for her OnlyFans if she actually has one, though.
But it's clearly a pattern. Gender equality is when I get to come a lot. Woke up sick, and now
so true, King.
I desperately need a submissive and breedable boy wife to nurse me back to health. Dudes who use this emoji give the best head, for real. Can we start a Milky's Monday trend on Twitter? I want to see some
Why are you scrolling through her gooner posts? What the fuck?
pics of guys with just the juiciest pecs today. That is too much to ask for.
What the
and
fuck?
yes, dudes are replying with shirtless pics. And some are in schoolgirl uniforms. Free feet
That's incredible. Rob, which one is you?
pics, finally. This was in response to Vosh posting pictures of his feet online. I would pay real money to put this guy in a maid outfit, and then duct tape him to an ironing board until he begs to be released. Need to put a really smart guy in a maid outfit, and interrupt his diatribe about Leninism every 10 seconds, to comment about how hot and breedable he looks. Women who drool give the best sloppy toppy. Men get
Alright, dude, we get it.
flustered way more easily by dommy behavior, and it's so fucking hot. Can't stop thinking about how busting makes me feel good.
Denim's not being
What is happening right now?
a gooner.
Why are we going through all of her gooner posts?
No, trust when I say that I am a gooner, okay?
Why are we going through her gooner? But she's not a gooner. You can tell that she's not. She's faking it. But why are we going through all these?
I'm just more into the, listen, the weirdest I get is like, the weirdest I think any person is allowed to get, okay? This is the weirdest. Overwatch porn. That is the weirdest you're allowed to get, okay?
Wait,
that's the weirdest. You got me. You got me. Most
How is that even weird? Isn't that like normal?
Army gooner. What? You're only one step into degeneracy? Okay. What the?
Dude, if you, let me give you like a little bit of a hot take for you guys here, okay? This is a fact, by the way. If the weirdest thing that you got to is Overwatch porn, you're not a gooner. Because you don't understand what gooning is then. Gooning isn't when you look at porn. Gooning is when you look at porn for hours, dude. Gooning is when you transcend pornography. Gooning is when you turn into an entirely different person because you have been fucking edging your penis or bean for so long that normal things don't appeal to you anymore, okay? May getting fucking hard dicked down by Zyra is not going to fucking do it for you when you're in your 4th hour goon. What's going to get it for you? I don't know. I can't explain. I can't tell you. It's embarrassing. All right, guys. What are you talking about? You can't. What are you talking about? 4 hour goon is when you're getting into different territory. Okay, legal territory still. I think. Is pooping legal? No. Okay. Anyway, Overwatch porn is not gooning. What are you talking about?
All right.
Recently, Denim's old Tumblr accounts were rediscovered, where she posts really bizarre art. This came about because I recirculated clips of Denims defending Chris Tyson last year, after the Shadman stuff resurfaced. These clips managed to get their way to Ethan, who also brought up her old drawings, much of which is NSFW material, which he posts while being around 17 to 18 years old. People have speculated that some of this art could be considered lolly, due to how Denims describes them.
Some of
What? What is it? What are we talking about?
this shit gets pretty sussy baka. This
Okay, it's pretty sussy baka.
This one makes me very uncomfortable, and especially when you read the description.
What is it?
I love Harvest Moon and also precious children cuddling in bed.
That's that's fucking crazy.
Precious children cuddling in bed, she said.
Wow, that's incredible.
Those two characters are from Harvest Moon and are canonically of age, but it's weird to describe them that way. She'd also draw furry art involving...
Does she say that? Or is this a different person?
Precious children cuddling, especially when you read some of this shit gets pretty sussy.
Is this her stuff?
She'd also draw furry art involving two young boys, describing them as dumb gay babies. One is described as a lamb, aka a baby sheep. It seems like Denims quietly
Oh, thank you for telling me that. I thought it was Jesus Christ.
Deleted some posts from her Marwako account. As the one Ethan showed on his podcast has been deleted, I typed in the link and everything. It was also recently unearthed that she did what I can only describe as a pedobait OnlyFans shoot, where she poses with teddy bears while showing her feet.
Oh, that doesn't even look good.
All I'll say definitively is that Denims is a creepy gooner.
Here is...
No, I don't. Well, maybe. I mean, if that's her shit, that is fucking crazy. That's not gooning, though. Don't give gooning a bad name, okay? That sounds like it's some kind of, we're bordering, we might even be crossing the border of some kind of weird pedophilic shit. All right, don't sit here and bring my virtuous gooning into this. Don't act like that's the same thing, dude.
Two making out prepubescent looking characters, and the caption
Those don't look prepubescent. What the fuck? They look this weird. What?
is little babies. That's the title.
Well, that might that doesn't sound good.
Title, little babies.
Little babies. Some of these, I think they might have meant to say labubus, and it just maybe it just auto-corrected to little babies.
Girls look pretty young.
Little babies.
Little
So yeah,
labubus.
I'm gonna continue making videos on Denims because it seems like we learn more and more weird shit every day. And to any Denims fans out there who are going to complain about how many videos I've done on her, shut the fuck up. You people should be the last to complain about this shit. I mean, Denims has a weekly stream segment called Mold Mondays, where she spends hours ripping into random Asmongold videos.
No, Spore Sunday is in reference to when we watch mold content, which is in reference to watching things like Asmongold, like this, which we will be doing today, unfortunately.
And she can make fun of Asmongold all she wants. I've even dabbled in that art form. And heck, keep farming H3.
And heckin'.
Keep making streams about Ethan where you lie about him. I get it, you're desperate. But if you're going to obsessively talk about these people every single stream, I get to keep making video after video, milking your shitty takes for views.
Whoa! Dude, it's actually, unironically, is the weirdest gooner shit I've ever fucking seen for Rob. What the fuck is happening right now?
It's that simple. These Legos aren't going to pay for themselves. This stuff is expensive.
Oh my god, dude, what the fuck?
Denims clearly isn't going to change. She doesn't even have the capacity to apologize.
I wonder if Rob's just trying to make jokes and he doesn't realize that it comes off like fucking weird as shit.
For anything.
Let's see. Take responsibility for my own life or blame you. Ding, 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 ding. Blame you wins hands down.
And the overall problem is that she exists in an echo chamber that will always cheer her on, even if she does something objectively fucked up. These people she's surrounded herself with have made her way too comfortable. That's why she's constantly going after the same few targets. It's the people that the Hassan orbiters are already mad at. You know she's not going to risk going after someone Hassan's community doesn't widely hate, because she can't actually defend herself without them. In fact, she struggled to effectively go after Ethan until his beef with Hassan started last October. Denims won't fully engage with her opponents, which is why she instead watches lazily made video essays or cut up Empanada streams. She'll support his content while sticking her fingers in her ears and going, la 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 la, not listening, whenever he doxes people.
Rob used a picture of a black guy woke.
I legit don't see Empanada's career ending any differently than Chris McKinstry's. I guarantee you that deep down, Denims is not satisfied with her online career. She's insecure about her adult content, she's not confident enough to call out
Do you think, I don't know if I ever got that read on her, maybe.
Creators on her own, and she has some of the worst work ethic for a streamer I've ever seen. It makes sense.
That part's definitely true.
But she doesn't even know what having pride in her work means.
What does take pride in your work mean? I don't know.
She'll try and pretend to be this
okay.
hardworking person who lives a normal life, but I don't believe that. She lacks any.
Does she? Have I ever seen her? Have we seen her say things that were like claiming that she works hard?
Semblance of being genuine.
Work hard, play hard, baby.
Shit on Hassan all you want, but when he's not being a socialist grifter, I'm sure he's probably a normal dude outside of work.
Probably not at all. I don't know why you'd think that. I mean, I guess he has a better work ethic than her because he streams longer. And then he has people put up like different clips of him, but barely anymore.
There's a reason why this guy has so many normie friends in the content creator space. I can't say the same for Denims. I don't think she's grifting. She's just a dumbass who's probably insufferable to be around. There's a reason why all her friends are women of sex addictions who do OnlyFans, have BPD,
what the fuck?
Or both. All she can do is ignore criticism of her and project it onto other people because she lacks the ability to self-reflect.
He doesn't care about what's real. He doesn't care about the facts. If he cared about the facts, he wouldn't report the way that he does. So generous on things the way that he does. He just wants to shove his slop down any sucker's throat.
Hey, it's Nicholas Diorio! Whoa!
That he can find.
You know what's crazy? Nicholas Diorio hasn't contacted me since I stopped making AI kissing videos of him. So I think that maybe he misses them. So we might have to bring those back. It seems to be the only reason that he would talk to me because he liked the AI kissing videos of him a lot. Like a lot.
And if he's not interested in having good faith conversations and actually making good faith arguments or criticisms of people, why the fuck should we do the same for them? That's ridiculous. So you lie about people, make up random scenarios that didn't actually happen, refuse to provide any context, insist on shoveling your slop down people's throat, and we're supposed to what? Do what the Democrats do? And when you go low, we go high.
Do what the Democrats do.
Oh, fuck off. No, I think we
fuck off.
to make fun of you and expose you for being the total fucking loser that you are.
I was thinking the exact same thing, you worthless cunt.
Whoa, dude! I sounded so angry. What the fuck?
You can laugh all you want, but I can sense the fakeness. Ironically, the only part of her that isn't fake is her tits.
Dude, stop. You've been watching... I think Rob's been watching a lot of Papa Gut content. Alright? Because he's making a lot of gooner jokes, which I love. But also, Rob, you have to understand, you are autistic. So when you say it, people think it's real. Alright? You don't... Okay? That's not me criticizing, dude. Alright? I'm just self-diagnosing someone else. It's called TikTok brain. Alright? Alright. I think that's the video. That was a good video. It was a good video. That's all I got to say. A lot of gooning shit in there. A lot of gooning in it. But we love gooning.